Time in game one with Rex Chapman at 42 points. Then the rain came in Seattle as the Rain Man came back, and Seattle evened the series, and they're bringing some clouds as this series moves back to Phoenix, Arizona for game two in the first round Western Conference playoff series between the Pacific Division champion Seattle Sonics and the 7th seed Phoenix Suns. It is certainly a crowd that's here. My word for it would be a crowd with anticipation. They're not sure what to expect from their Phoenix Suns. First of all, the Suns went 0-13 to start the season. Then they upset Seattle in the first game of this playoff, got blown out, scored a record playoff row, only 78 points, and the crowd here doesn't know what to expect. I know one thing they can expect, and that is that Shawn Kemp, a lot of people questioning his motivation coming into the playoffs, is back and playing very big.
Well, he had a tremendous game in that second game. 23 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 block shots, and he was the man in the paint. And when he starts facing and doesn't get locked in that low post, he just does it all. But they've got to have that from him if they're going to survive this series.
Yeah, you can see the look in the eyes of Shawn Kemp. His motivation, his drive that was there in the playoffs last year is back again this year. Now, a different problem for the Phoenix Suns. Even in game one that they won, that was because of Rex Chapman's 42 points. Kevin Johnson and Jason Kidd have been struggling. They're great guard tendons.
Well, there's no question, and we'll look at the stats here, but they are 20% and 17%, as you can see, 9.5 points and 6.5 points, and they've been big all year, averaging 30 points as a combo in the regular season. They're going to have to step up if they're going to try to handle this club in a 5-game series.
Yeah, KJ got a little workout before the game. The only difference here is, in these practice shots that are falling, Percy Hawkins doesn't have his hand right in front of the ball.
You're exactly right, and that was at 4 o'clock. Long before he's here tonight. Sometimes it doesn't work 2 hours later.
Percy Hawkins has had a tremendous game in terms of playing defense on that perimeter 3 and sometime 4-guard offense of the Phoenix Suns. Tied at 1 each. We're back in the Valley of the Sun. In playoff history, the Suns are 8-2 here in Phoenix. Ought to be a good one tonight. Seattle and Phoenix. We're going to take a timeout, then go back to our studios in Atlanta.
Relax.
Saturday night here on TNT in the 1997 NBA playoffs. Welcome back to our Atlanta studio. Ernie Johnson, Reggie Theus, Derek Harper, we're all here. How about the Orlando Magic? Just when you thought it was on to the golf course, they're on to Game 4 on Thursday night. They beat the Miami Heat tonight, came out all loosey-goosey, and maybe too loose because Miami laid it to them early. Jumping out to a 20-point lead, Voshon Leonard for 3. And then check out this set of circumstances. Here you are, you're down 39-23, and your center, Ronnie Cycle, he goes down with a bad ankle sprain, leaves the game, doesn't come back. All that did was light a fire under the Orlando Magic, Penny Hardaway in particular. A 42-point night. They erase that 20-point deficit. They tie the game by halftime, and then the bench with guys like Darrell Armstrong getting off. A guy had 21. You talk about some pride. This was a team that hadn't done anything for 9 quarters. 88-75, Orlando with the win over the Miami Heat, setting up Game 4 Thursday night, 8 o'clock here on TNT. Meantime, the Atlanta Hawks go up to Detroit, and now it's Detroit with a 2-1 advantage. The Hawks won the first game of the series, but the Pistons with a big night out of Lindsey Hunter, winners tonight to take a 2-1 lead in that series. Back to Orlando and Miami. How do you explain, with all the things going bad for Orlando, that they win that game?
Man, you're talking about getting a head on your shoulder. This was a game that was about change of attitudes, and every cliche you can think of, stepping up. If the queen had jockey shorts, she'd be king. I had the heart to get it done. And also, Penny Hardaway did not have to play by himself. Darrell Armstrong and also Gerald Wilkins coming up big for them. Just a real good emotional game for them.
The unsung heroes were definitely out tonight. You mentioned Armstrong, you mentioned Gerald Wilkins. Those guys played extremely well, but I think the slippage from Miami came with 20 turnovers and just 8 turnovers for the Orlando Magic. I think that was really, really key.
And you forgot a cliche, Reggie. Got to play these things one at a time. They're setting up a Game 4 Thursday night.
I'm getting ready tonight.
Atta baby. Coming up next here on TNT, you were born ready. Sonics and Suns keep it here.
The NBA play.
Welcome back to America West Arena. The lights are out. The laser show is beginning, and the high-tech cyber introductions are about to begin for the Phoenix Suns. Meanwhile, as they're introduced with their home crowd here, let's look graphically at the lineups as they'll be starting tonight. First of all, for Seattle, they were introduced just moments ago. Gary Payton, runner-up Defensive Player of the Year at the point, and the most unheralded defensive player in these playoffs, Percy Hawkins at the guard, Sean Kemp and Detlef Schrempf are the forwards. Terry Cummings, the 14-year veteran, starting at center in place of Jim McElvain in this series with Phoenix because of what they call small ball. And that's the 3-guard and sometime 4-guard lineup of the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Johnson and Jason Kidd have been really struggling. They are only 8 of 43 in the entire series from the field. Tisdale starts at forward. Rex Chapman with the 9 playoff record field goals from three-point land in Game 1 at the small forward, and Hot Rod Williams starts at center. So those are the starting lineups. There is KJ, Kevin Johnson, who is off to such a difficult shooting start for these playoffs. Many people say it may be his last year as a Phoenix Sun, his last year in pro basketball. Scott Hastings is sidelined with us. Scott, this sounds to me like a game of adjustment for Danny Ainge and the Phoenix Suns.
You're exactly right, Bob. You know, I'm a little nervous standing this close to the court. When I played for Chuck, he wouldn't let me get this close to the court during playoff time. Had a chance to talk with Danny Ainge. His 2 guards are really struggling. He says they are going to have to make some kind of adjustment.
All right, Scott, thank you very much.
Yeah, we're going to try to get them going, but again, you know, they're best in the open court, so it all starts with our defense. It starts with our intensity. If we have to play half-court basketball against Seattle and they have a chance to set their defense, it's going to be a long series for those guys. So we just need to play some defense and get out in the open court and give them some early looks.
Phoenix wants to get in this running game. They don't want to play a half-court game, but Chuck, Seattle's got some guys that can get up and down the court just as well.
You're right about that, Scott. They can run the ball, and they've got some defense. There's a reason why these 2 guys haven't scored. You've got to give those 2 guards, Percy Hawkins and Gary Payton, they can play defense.
Chuck, don't look now, but right behind us, we're having an invasion of the Phoenix Gorilla, and he's literally right behind our broadcast table. And to the right, as he swings down from the rafters, that was as close as I want to come to the Gorilla. You can't tell in that picture, but he was right behind us, believe me.
And I know you had a good lawyer just in case, ready and waiting.
If he hits me, we own the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah. Something like that.
Ready for the tip-offs here as you look at KJ and Jason Kidd. There's KJ, there's Rex Chapman with his 42 points, had 18 only in game number 2. And our officials tonight are Joe Crawford, Eddie F. Rush, and Greg Willard. And remember, Seattle got out to a 20-2, followed by a 31-6 lead in game number 2 at Key Arena. Here, the Phoenix Suns, who are 3-1 against the Sonics in playoff action in America West, get off to a 2-0 start.
I thought that's perhaps what they might do. They've got to put KJ and Kidd in the pick and roll. That time, he went up for the shot, wide open underneath for an easy basket.
Kevin Johnson will be playing Payton. Jason Kidd is on Hersey Hawkins. Payton gets the pick and the drive. Early foul on Rex Chapman.
Gary Payton very clever at coming off screens, and KJ has a problem with that high post screen and will have. Payton was all the way in the lane. He didn't care whether he got the ball to the hoop or not. He just wanted to get to the line.
Gary Payton at the free throw line. Gary Payton in game 2 had a pretty good game, 23 points, 6 assists. Matter of fact, almost an identical game to game 1, and that's been the story of his year. Great defense, consistency on offense. It's 2-1 Phoenix. Kevin Johnson handling the ball here, coming out shooting, missing again.
They're going to milk that pick and roll on the right side, and he had a good look that time. No question about it. He's sensitive about his shot, maybe pressing just a hair.
Sean Kemp from long range. Terry Cummings steps inside of Hot Rod Williams to get it, and a second foul in a row. This is going to be a 2-shot foul. It's called on Wayman Tisdale. And Sean Kemp will go to the free throw line. Sean Kemp had the big game 2 with 23 and 15. Game number 1, a record setter in 3-pointers from Rex Chapman. 9 3-pointers, setting a playoff record. And Sean Kemp ties the score at 2.
Sean Kemp on that particular play was at the top of the key, took the shot, Cummings big rebound, then he slashed to the basket, caught it, and that's how he got to the free throw line.
KJ handling it at the point guard really right now, as opposed to Jason Kidd, who had been setting up the operation. Kidd spotted up over in the left corner as Tisdale works inside, goes to the left hand. Cummings bothered him, and he missed the shot. 3-2 Seattle. Minute and a half gone in game number 3. First round playoff action. This series tied at 1 game apiece. John Kemp facing up on Hot Rod Williams.
And he nails it, and Kerry Cummings was wide open on top, but easily swung. He's not as confident. And there's a flick away by Cummings.
You know, the fans here at America West are going, uh-oh, are we going to see this again? Hawkins, that's a triple. And just like that, the Suns led 2-0. 8 straight points from the Sonics, and it's 8-2. They don't want to have lights out early as it was at Key Arena 2 nights ago. Jason Kidd penetrating, looking for somebody in the outside. Excellent perimeter defense. Kidd has to penetrate to get the ball down low. Tisdale with 7 on the shot clock from Hot Rod Williams.
They desperately needed that shot, and I think Danny Ainge had to think about it 20-second because they're getting in dangerous territory right now.
Certainly no defense on the perimeter from the Phoenix Suns as Gary Payton hit the triple, and it's 11-4. Now Kidd keying the offense. Jason with a triple. That's really not his shot, as our Reggie Theus said in the studio. He's more of a penetrator and dish man, but he knocks it down anyway, and it's 11-7, and that's got to help his confidence.
They've run that pick and roll on the right side of the elbow 5 straight times. The last 2 times with a guard, which is a switch action, but with Detlef Schrempf, I guess they don't want to do that.
Detlef with the penetration to kick out to Hersey Hawkins. 5 on the shot clock. Set shot. Schrempf missing. Jason Kidd rebounding with 1 hand. Big, strong hands for this guard. Tisdale open. It's going to be Phoenix ball with 8:50 to go in the period. Sonics leading 11-7. We're going to get some early substitutions here. Danny Manning and Mark Bryant getting into the game for Phoenix. Tisdale will sit down. So will Hot Rod Williams. Both Bryant and Manning have really played better than Tisdale and Williams.
Well, the other night he brought him right away, almost within a minute in the second half. I think he wants to continue his starting lineup for continuation, but he feels that these 2 guys are playing a little bit better.
Chapman's runner. Schrempf eyeing the hoop coast to coast, but he's going to go to the free throw line if they say he was in the act of shooting.
In the previous game, in game 2, Detlef Schrempf and Sean Kemp continually pushed the ball after rebounding, putting so much pressure on the defense, and Detlef Schrempf that time did exactly the same thing, and the transition defense couldn't get the ball stopped.
Schrempf and Kemp both handle it well on the open floor. 12-7 here. Schrempf is defensively matched up against Chapman, and they thought that was a mismatch after Chapman got 42 in game 1, but he did a much better job against Rex, who had only 18 in game number 2. So it's 13-7, 8:27 to go first period. Jason Kidd came here from Dallas. Throughout season, bounce pass to KJ, lost it out of bounds. Good pass, but Kevin Johnson couldn't hold on to it. Another turnover, the second for Phoenix, and they're down 6 in their own building with 8:17 to go in the first period.
Kevin Johnson screening for Manning across the lane and was wide open, but could not handle it.
Another triple for Gary Payton. Again, very lax defense on the perimeter, but then the run out for Danny Manning, who gets the ball and lays it in, and it's 16-9 Sonics.
Both clubs pushing the ball after makes.
Detlef Schrempf bumps off of Rex Chapman. Nobody came to help out, and he got the easy left-hand runner to fall, and it's a doubled score, 18-9. Kevin Johnson looking to get inside. That's been his bread and butter many times at the point here for the Phoenix Suns. He moved over to the 2 guard when Jason Kidd came in the big trade.
Kevin Johnson, his toughest shot of the night, maybe in the last 2 games, and he makes it. Maybe he needs a hand in his face, and he'll start hitting some shots.
Maybe somebody should put a hand in the face of Gary Payton. That's 3 triples for Payton, and he has 10 points. It's going to be Phoenix ball, down 21-11 this isn't as bad as in Seattle 2 nights ago, but it's not good to be down double digits in your own building halfway through the first period.
Well, they're big guys. In that case, it was Bryant, but they have people in there who are missing easy shots underneath, and that's the guy that's got to perform and get some inside points in the paint. They've got to get some work down there in order to stay in this game.
Danny Manning. Kemp down low. There's that double team that gave him trouble in game 1. Good pass out to Shrimp. Shrimp with a substantial size advantage over Rex Chapman. And as you see, if he gets it off the dribble into the paint, Chapman, not much he can do with it.
No, he can't handle it all. Chapman's a great leaper. He can't get up enough. Detlef Schrempf is playing like the Detlef Schrempf of old. Seattle 7 for 9, shooting 78%.
6-inch height advantage for Shrimp. Inside to Mark Bryant. Quick pass, and Bryant has missed 2 gimmies here early.
Got to make those to stay in this game.
That's what Seattle missed in game number 1. They missed a lot of layups to lose that game. Very careless pass coming out of the backcourt. And we've got a timeout on the floor with the Sonics up 10, 6:11 to go in period number 1.
Here she.
It's a 10-point bulge for Seattle, and they've gotten off to nearly as good a start here at Phoenix, shooting 70% early on.
And here's the reason why. Sean Kemp facing, kick out, Percy Hawkins, long range, Payton, long range, cross court, guess who? Payton, long range, 4-5 from threes.
Gary Payton has 10 points.
Phoenix is 6 for 12, shooting 50%. Normally would be pretty good, but they've got 3 turnovers, which has hurt their cause slightly.
3 out of 4, as you see, for Gary Payton. So that perimeter defense hasn't been there. I'm sure that's what Danny Ainge had to say on the sideline. 10-point Sonics bulge, 6 minutes to go. First period. Kidd is on Gary Payton, but he hasn't been on him early. Pretty good defensive player, according to Danny Ainge. Nice save by Shrimp. Shot clock at 5-4. You see it in the lower left. Payton. Turnaround 3 for Gary Payton. Woo! Oh, baby.
And Sean Kemp on the way back gives him a low high five.
26-13. This is Seattle is motivated. Chapman, does he have the threes in him? Well, he got his first one down tonight. Remember, he had a playoff record 9 in game number 1. He's going to be a critical factor because KJ and Jason Kidd are not showing signs early in this game of picking up the scoring load. Kemp, power move inside.
Had his own way, no double team, simply went to the rack. They don't get a quick double team on him. He's too quick, too athletic. He'll get to the basket almost every time.
Kemp had 19 points in game 1, 23 in 2, 15 rebounds in each, 5 block shots in game number 2. Here's Mark Bryant. He had 2 layup opportunities earlier. Now the shot clock running down. Jason Kidd tried to get it to Bryant. Bryant struggling on the post.
Watch Kemp. Kemp catches, working the box. A lot of contact. No double team. Manning must have forgotten because normally they've double teamed him all night long. How about Sean Kemp? Playoff intensity.
And incredibly, the Phoenix Suns don't seem to have the enthusiasm and energy you would expect of a team playing at home.
Look at this play. Lacked. A tremendous playoff player. He is definitely back. 21 points, 57% from the field, 83% from the line, 11.2 from the rebounds, and they were worried about him down the stretch, missing meetings, late 4 trips, but he's decided we want to go back to the finals, and they've got the talent and the game and the coaching to get back there.
Woke up this morning here in the desert in Phoenix expecting bright, brilliant sunshine. There was cloud cover, and I thought that may be a symbol for the rain man. It didn't rain, except here at the game so far. Kevin Johnson with the penetration, and the foul is called. And let's check in with Scotty Hastings. Scott.
Yeah, Seattle, you saw Rex Chapman hit that 3 off the pick and roll. Seattle, they looked at the bench, they raised their shoulders. What they're trying to do, they want to have a switch between Kemp and Shrimp. Kemp forgot, went baseline. That's how they played him when he got 42. They're changing it for tonight.
Thanks, Scott. Sound like you've played the game before. Then maybe coached well. 31-16, Sonics, 4:28 to go in the first period. That foul, by the way, was on Detlef Schrempf. Jason Kidd 0 for 7 in game 2. Now KJ, Kevin Johnson. to Wesley Person. Also, Person led the Phoenix Suns in rebounding in game number 2. Person, he didn't do it easily. It was 10 boards for the swing man at the 2 position and the 3.
41% shooter from threes. And he's one of the guys that needs to get off for this club to get them back, because they've got to depend on that long-range shot. They're just not getting much in the inside game.
Here's Kevin Johnson looking for 3, not finding it.
Kevin is kind of settling for long-range shots, kind of to prove that he can make them. He had plenty of room to penetrate. Their game has been penetration between Kidd and Kevin Johnson.
An absence of defense no matter who's out on the perimeter. That time the open shooter, Terry Cummings, 33-19. Sonics, 33 points already. Air ball. Gary Payton, who has 4 threes. Penetration, Hawkins going to do likewise. Look at Kemp. Blocked from behind by Manning. Blocked again by Manning. Whoa, baby, and then he made the turnover. And turnover again. What a sequence. Phoenix Suns down 33-19. Manning, that got the crowd on their feet. Back to within 12.
They're trying to match the intensity of that Seattle crowd. They have the size.
A good job matching the intensity, but the players aren't so far. As you see, lack of interior defense, a jam by the point guard. 15 first-quarter points from Gary Payton.
There's a reason.
Person. Interior rebound from Kevin Johnson.
And he gets one the hard way inside. The Suns have been a three-point shooting club all year, and they're settling for that right now.
Return the energy, the technology to a performance, man. It's a serious thing.
We did it! Mother sure was organized. Everything in its place.
Yeah, she always made things easy for the family.
Well, these papers look important.
Oh, that's a copy of my will and funeral arrangements. Some time ago, she insisted we both talk to our local funeral director. You won't have to worry about a lot of details.
Sure was thoughtful.
That was your mother for you.
For a free brochure on traditional or cremation services.
Oh yeah, the bar scene. Now there's a great way to meet quality, compatible people. Let's face it, someone who's interested in you as a person is not hanging out at the local bar. He's got a life, and it's not there. That's why I try the dating network. I choose from hundreds of local singles who are interested in me for me. I'm in control, and I like that. The dating network, it's better. Watch it today.
Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studio. Boy, Dean Garrett's having himself a game at Target tonight, the first playoff game ever for the Timberwolves at home. Garrett, 15 points and 10 rebounds at last report, sticking back the miss by Doug West right there. And check this out, the Rockets clinging to a 2-point lead. They're trying to sweep Minnesota as they play in the third right now. On TBS, you can see that game. Tomorrow night on TNT, the Bulls and the Bullets will tip off our doubleheader, and then it's Game 3 of the Lakers-Blazers series. LA looking for a sweep. Back to Phoenix.
Thank you, Ernie. Chuck and I will be up there in Portland for that Lakers Game 3. How about that? Michael in Game 1, Shaq in Game 2, and look at the blocks.
Watch this. Bang, gets him on the arm. Watch Kevin Johnson again. We didn't see it all, but Kevin Johnson takes it all the way for the score.
McMillan and Graham into the game now from long range, kept missing. Rebound Danny Manning, who has really stepped it up here and led this comeback for the Suns. Kevin Johnson's pull-up jumper still struggling, but there's Wesley Person. Chapman on the drive. It's an 8-point Sonics lead with 1:25 to go in period number 1.
Kevin Johnson just can't get on track. He hit a tough shot against tough defense and then got a putback, but that have been the only two.
Looking for Shrimp posting up on Rex Chapman. Somebody's open as they had a double team. Uh-oh, it's Gary Payton, his 5th three. Is Gary Payton thinking about, let's see, I got 5 threes in the first period? 9 was the record?
I'm looking for my 9, but I'll tell you what, Seattle is really moving the ball out of the double team. Excellent passing and getting wide open shots for the people. They're well spaced.
Wes Person on the runner. Tough shot. Shrimp went for the steal and missed it. Game intensity is picked up on the part of the Phoenix Suns, and they're within 9 with under a minute to go in the period. Playing with a sore knee is Nate McMillan. It's definitely bothering him. He's in at the point, gets it to Payton. Pushed away from Jason Kidd. 3-on-2. Off to Person, draws the foul. Kevin Johnson got the handoff to the bigger Wesley Person. Here's Rex Chapman, who had the 42 from long range. He can jump inside.
Gets all the way to the hole. Here's Person. Driving to the lane, the runner gets it over the top. And right now, the Sonics have changed their lineup. Nate McMillan is handling the ball, and Payton's coming off baseline screens trying to get in the lane. On the last one, he got stripped from behind.
Perkins and Wingate check into the game. Sam Perkins has struggled for the Seattle Sonics in this series. Perkins in game number 2 went 0 for 6 in the totals of the 2. Sam Perkins is 3 of 14 from the field and only 2 of 9 from beyond the arc, something he's usually very effective at. Out of bounds. Suns ball. Sonics ball. Excuse me. Danny Ainge says, excuse me. No.
Upset about the call, and I thought they might look at possibly changing it. We didn't see the inside hand when it was deflected out of bounds.
Danny's looking fashion fit tonight. We'll deal with that at a lull if there is one. 38-30, Sonics, 18 seconds in the period. Wingate gets it into Sam Perkins. Hot Rod Williams defending Perkins. Long arms. The dish. From the baseline, Greg Graham.
Terrific pass by Perkins. Perkins hasn't been a big factor. He's a great three-point shooter. Hasn't been that big a factor in this series thus far.
No foul, and Kevin Johnson just lowered his head and walked over the baseline or over the sideline, being disturbed over having the trouble shooting. Payton hasn't had any troubles. 5 triples in the first period. 40-30, Sonics over the Suns.
Well, not much of a crowd here today, but it should be a good game. All right, Stewart's batting 3.
Here, hold my Budweiser. I'm going to go find those guys.
All right, Wedman toes the rubber. Delivered. Whoa, a long drive to left field. That ball's going to carry. It's going out of here. There's one lucky fan out there, but he's got something in his hands. What's he going to do? He's got to make his move. It's doesn't look good. Oh, that ball bounced about 20 feet off his head.
Please, just let go of the beer.
Let go of the beer, sir.
My name is Spencer White. Not here looking for runners. Go where the runners are. You gotta smell them. So many feet, so little time. It's called the DMX Run from Reebok. Where the blazes am I? Yeah, it's an air transfer cushioning system.
Can we have a pet?
Air moves back and forth underneath the foot. I could be out here for some time, sort of like Lewis and Clark. Some people think it's kind of crazy to spend this much time talking about a shoe. I think she likes him. She's smiling. And I wouldn't do it unless I really believed in it. Next stop, coffee.
I've seen every card there is. Thousands of cards. Super 8's VIP card. It says, congratulations, your reservation is guaranteed, and you get 10% off. Life's great at Super 8.
If you can do this, you can make wood beautiful with Minwax. And if you can do this, you can give wood lasting protection. Turning a house into a beautiful home is as easy as turning to Minwax.
It now appears that Shaq is suffering from a neck injury.
Of course we're concerned. That's one valuable neck.
Shaq is suffering from taco neck syndrome, TNS. It's caused by his craving for delicious Taco Bell tacos. And he's getting worse with every neck-bending bite.
There's nothing funny about TNS.
It's not natural.
It's a conspiracy, man.
Get some more of those tacos.
Well, the rain has come to the desert. We're talking about the reign of Sean Kemp and his Seattle Sonics. 40 points have been scored in the first period. As Chuck, you said it best. You want to run? We'll run.
They'll run. Seattle is not afraid to run with anyone. They're 12 for 23 shooting, 61%. Phoenix 13 for 25. Look at the backcourt. 106 points against 41. A struggle for the Suns.
Those numbers are up to date. That's as of 2 games in 1 period for the backcourts for both teams. 10 points, Sonics lead. They led by 15. Suns had trailed by 15 and ended the quarter on a 14-4 run to narrow that down to 10 points as we're in the opening moments of the second period. And Cedric Ceballos checks in for the first time tonight for the Phoenix Suns. So it's Hot Rod Williams, Ceballos, Kevin Johnson, Person, and Rex Chapman. Your 3 guards, and Hot Rod Williams and Cedric Ceballos. Scott Hastings, what do you have for us?
Bob, Danny Ainge that time in the huddle said, hey, we got to be patient, but defensively we got to make better rotations. When we rotate, don't jump out the ball and let the guy go by you. On the other end of the bench, Seattle Supersonics, hey, they're going to come out with a lot of emotion, catch that emotion, and build on the lead.
Thanks, Scott. Drive by Kevin Johnson. Kevin only 3 of 8 tonight. Jump ball. Look at that. Orlando, after Cycli gets hurt and goes out of the game, Penny Hardaway scored 11 straight points. Orlando upsets Miami, even though it was at home. And as you see, Detroit, surprisingly, has taken a 2-1 lead over Atlanta Hawks. Once again, 5th seed over 4th. Which so often in these past few years of NBA playoffs, both in the East and the West, the 5th seed has won the last 8 series. Illegal defense is the call from Joey Crawford.
And the Sonics playing with only 1 starter at this point, which is Payton. The other 4 come off the bench.
Yeah, Millen, Wingate, Greg Graham, Sam Perkins, Kevin Johnson. You can't fault Kevin Johnson for his work ethic tonight. He is working hard to penetrate, and he's thrown up some perimeter shots too, but he's been taking it to the hoop.
He's playing a lot of minutes. Danny Ainge knows that he needs him untracked and get into the lane. He's resting Jason Kidd at this point. Will probably bring him back for Johnson, but his starters and his key people are going to have to play heavy minutes to stay in this game against the Sonics.
2 quick fouls off the bench for Nate McMillan as KJ goes to the free throw line. Kevin Johnson, a seasoned 85% free throw shooter.
Nate McMillan over the past 2 years has been kind of the heart and soul of this club, even though he has only played like 37 games this particular year. But George has such confidence in him and really likes what he brings to the club.
And Greg Graham, number 21 for the Sonics, is on this roster instead of Craig Elo, who had a lot of playoff experience. But Greg Graham, as George Karl said, is quicker at this stage of his career than Elo and can get out on the perimeter defense better. That's why he's on the roster. Payton finally missed from 3. Wingate got the rebound and put it back, but wave it off. Joey Crawford said it's over the backboard, and thus it's a turnover. The ball will go to the Phoenix Suns. 10:52 to go in the first half. There's Craig Elo, not on the playoff roster. He was, as you know from his competitive nature,
important call, both in Atlanta and last year, and of course in Cleveland, and then with this club last year. His career winding down.
Payton, did he travel? Yes.
He just got mixed up on a step. Pretty good defense. He knows it.
9-point bulge in the game now for the Sonics, 41-32. 10:36 to go in the half, and Phoenix with the ball and a chance to cut this lead down to 7 or better. Closest they ever got after the blowout early up in Seattle was 10 points. Biggest lead in the game so far here tonight has been 15 points by the Sonics.
Payton having words both with Ceballos and Greg Willard. Evidently didn't like something that happened on that particular play.
Up and under, Kevin Johnson draws the foul again. So Kevin will go back to the free throw line. That's something else that was missing a great deal in games 1 and 2 for Kevin Johnson. Not getting inside, not drawing the fouls.
You're right. He was settling for outside shots because they felt very comfortable with it. But they can stay in this game by getting in the lane, pump faking, John Stockton probably is as good as anyone in the league. When his club is in trouble, he will do this same type of activity or basketball play. Get in the lane, try to draw a foul, get to the line, and anytime you can get to the line, slows down transition.
There's his mom, Georgia. We saw her at dinner last night. She's his biggest fan.
No box out.
As though the mom wouldn't be the biggest fan. Like that's news. Kevin is back in there again. Draws a foul again. Georgia will be happy about that.
Single-handedly getting him back in the game by going to the line, getting inside. And she told us last night as she walked by the table, I'm the wildest fan in the building.
Yeah, her son's played wild early. Back to the free throw line. I told you, 85% seasonal free throw shooter, Kevin Johnson, who's been really working hard. Jason Kidd on the bench. Kevin Johnson building up some numbers here. He's got to go to the line. He does it that way. 10 points for KJ. That's nearly his playoff high. He had 13 in game number 1, you may recall, with 2 late baskets in the game. Has 11 here early, and this is a 6-point Sonics lead.
5 for 6 from the free throw line. Seattle is 7 for 9 as a team.
Perkins against Hot Rod Williams.
Working to draw the double team. No good, and he gets an easy field goal because they're not going to double Perkins because, as we said earlier, struggled a little bit. Hasn't been a big factor, but very capable. More outside, but against this smaller lineup, can go inside and post up.
Particularly on the right box where he can go in with that left-handed hook. He's a left-handed player, as you know. Ceballos misses. Hawkins comes away with it. McMillan runs it down. Sonics back to an 8-point lead.
What Ceballos and Bryant and the big people need to do is to get to the free throw line and try to draw fouls. Show the ball, you'll get some free throws.
Jason Kidd, skip pass. Wesley Person, back to Kevin Johnson. He's gonna take it inside again if they let it. They do, he does. No foul this time. Stolen, Kevin Johnson playing like a man possessed to Ceballos. Oh, baby, KJ.
Missed the shot, got the ball back, delivered the assist.
43-37, the crowd's into it. This could be the next to the last game of the career of Kevin Johnson if he doesn't come back. It looks like he's not ready to give it up yet. Wingate. Jumper, tough shot over Ceballos. Quieted the crowd. Wingate played on that Georgetown championship team.
This Suns team fighting upstream all year, and again, I think in this playoffs it started to happen, but they are a fighting group, and Kevin Johnson is leading.
Coming off a baseline pick, Person, he gets it back to Jason Kidd with the penetration. Swatted away by Sam Perkins. 5 on the shot clock.
Jason Kidd thought he had it all the way. Sam Perkins makes the block. Here he comes into the lane. Hold on to it a little longer, Jason, a little longer, and you catch the foul.
8:11 to go in the first half. 45-37 Sonics.
Bulls Bullets tomorrow night at 8. Get the NBA playoffs on TNT.
With its sleek styling, easy out-roller seats, plus air conditioning and 7-passenger seating, all for a great price. The Plymouth Voyager is pretty attractive.
Information Services.
Running a business takes hard work, long hours, careful planning, and money. If you'll take care of the rest, Zap Bank will help with the money. At big banks, small and medium-sized companies can get lost in the shuffle. But that's the kind of company we keep at Zap Bank. Companies that know the value of a dollar and a great bank.
It started in Wyoming, or so the story goes. Just a man making tacos. Now everybody knows there's a whole lot of Mexican going on at Taco John's. Taco John's, there's a whole lot of Mexican going on. It's going on at Taco John's. Taco
Johnny, you ought to be selling these things.
45-37 Seattle, 8:11 to go in the half. WNBA begins play this summer for the first time. There's a franchise here in Phoenix called the Phoenix Mercury, and there is Nancy Lieberman-Klein, who has introduced the fans. She'll be a guard on that club, coached by our own Cheryl Miller.
Exactly. Suns with 31% field goal, 31 field goal attempts, only 1 turnover in the last 6 minutes. Turn it over a little bit early, last 6 minutes, much better, attacking the basket.
Now only 5 seconds on the shot clock here following the timeout. Jason Kidd couldn't get it. Wingate stepped in. Hot Rod Williams is at fault there. That's going to be a 2-shot foul. Hot Rod Williams, as he handed it off just like a quarterback, you take your eyes away from it, somebody's going to bat the ball loose. That's exactly what happened there.
It's a tough handoff play in that kind of situation, but they needed the quick shot, and that's what they're working for. And I think what they needed to do was fake inside more and come to the outside in a deeper screen.
Wingate to the free throw line. David's an 83% free throw shooter. Coming up tomorrow night, we have the Stars. Oh, we got Stars here tonight, too. But Michael and Shaq, we're talking Stars. Bulls trying to make a sweep, and as are the Lakers. Bulls and Bullets at 8 Eastern time. Chuck and I will be going up to Portland for Game 3 in that Lakers-Blazers series, and the Lakers are playing like a team possessed. And don't forget, always following our doubleheaders inside the NBA. Be following us again here tonight. Jason Kidd, the Hot Rod Williams, 10 on the shot clock. Seattle is such a great defensive team. Wesley Person, nice ball movement by Phoenix to get an open shot, a rarity, and it's a 6-point Sonics bulge, and Person has 9 off the bench. Interior defense out of bounds. Seattle ball, 14 on the shot clock. Percy Hawkins wanted to foul. Wesley Person with 9 points. He's been effective.
Kemp and Payton back in this basketball game. You don't want to let those guys rest too long and get out of the feel of the game.
Payton with a baseline drive. Chuck, you said early in the season we were talking about Seattle, about he maybe is the best point guard on the baseline.
He's fantastic down there. One, he can do everything you have to do to score, along with the fact that he can direct the offensive down there, set up three-point shooters, and make a lot of things happen.
Foul away from the ball. It's going to be on Gary Payton. And then the Shrimp's going to come back in. That's first personal on Payton. Team fouls, second on the Suns. The Sonics, by the way, will be sending Phoenix to the line on the next one. They've committed 4 already in this period with 7:12 to go in the half. And the Sonics up by 8. New shot clock. Inside the Hot Rod Williams. And he missed that one.
Beautifully executed play.
Jason Kidd's second assist tonight has only 3 points. There's the double team very quickly on Kemp. Open man, Payton. Now he's gone a little cold from three-point land since hitting 5 of 6 early. Punched away, Jason Kidd. Great defensive hands. Look at the pass. What eyes. Kevin Johnson hands it off. Wesley Person. Kidd and Johnson, incredible ball handlers.
Running the floor and what they did so well at the end of the year. Winning 19 of 24 games, and very difficult team to handle when you play them back-to-back.
It's a 4-point game. 8 on the shot clock. Payton. On Rod Williams, a chance to cut it to 2. Sonics have led by 15. Jason Kidd, spin move, handoff. Williams! Timeout, Seattle. It's a 20. Listen to this crowd. They're on their feet. 9-1 run from Phoenix.
This is what happens so often. You take your starters out of the game. You figure good control of the game, and you decide, well, we're going to rest them. Then they sit there about 6-7 minutes, bring them back in the game, and they have a hard time getting back into the intensity of the game.
Remember now, the Phoenix Suns beat Seattle 2 times to end the season. One of the things that needs to be known about those 2 games that Phoenix won is Seattle was having trouble with Sean Kemp in various ways, and Detlef Schrempf was out with injury.
Nice. Plymouth Voyager. Plymouth Prowler.
Al, what are you doing?
Plymouth Voyager. Now get the fourth door at no extra charge.
Okay, check her out. Marathon runner. Absolutely. Shin splints. Left leg. Needs? Nike Air Max Burst. Excellent choice. Casual runner. Not hardcore. 2 miles a day. 2.5. Could use a Fila Silva trainer. Danny. Weekend warrior. I'm thinking Reebok Classic.
Our people at Foot Locker are so good at matching your feet up to exactly the right pair of shoes, it's uncanny.
Rematch next break? I'm there.
Get it right at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Okay, here we go, Blue. Hello. Pop, pop, pop. Double leg. An extra shot. Yeah. Good job. Way to roll like that. 2. Got a shot. Got a shot. Oh. Got it right. Yeah. Come on, sure, roll. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Stay with it. Stay with it. Yeah, I got you. Heavy, heavy.
Chuck, you said this was a sweet play that was initiated by Jason Kidd.
Watch carefully. Watch the cut, the screen, run it. There's the cut. That's really a decoy. Hold it right there. Back pick. Going to run pick and roll. He's going to take it to the baseline, roll inside, wide open. Beautifully executed play by the Suns.
Hey, nicely diagrammed. Not bad yourself. Sonics by 2. 5:54 to go in the half. This is the closest the Suns have been since the first minute of the game. Hey, since the first minute of the last game. Shrimp with a double team on the baseline. He's wrapped up down there. 4 seconds on the shot clock before the whistle came. The foul on Cedric Ceballos. The Phoenix bench, 19 versus 8 on scoring against Seattle. 11 of those 19 have come from Wes Person.
Terrific play by Detlef Shrimp. He was in real trouble in that double team. Split the double team and drew the foul. Otherwise, they were going to lose control of the ball.
Here's Kemp. Double team on Kemp. And pass looking for Shrimp. Person's pull-up. 20 seconds called intelligently by Ceballos.
20-second timeout.
Suns will have the ball with a new 24-second clock. 5:25 to go in the half and a chance to get the lead with 3 points. So a little run by Phoenix as they came back out here playing more intense basketball.
Here's the Suns, KJ getting to the hole, which he's done consistently in the second quarter. Long range, Person, big time 3. Dish off in the open court. When they get in the open court, they're very dangerous. In order to do that, they've got to have stops, and the Seattle Sonics have cooled down.
They've cooled down, and Chuck, something else I've noticed is giving Phoenix more of a chance to double team than they did in game number 2.
Right. Kemp in the first game had 7 turnovers on the box. There we just saw another one, and he threw it away. He got locked in there. When he gets locked in, the Suns are really applying a great double team.
Chance to tie or better on this possession. Hot Rod Williams on the baseline, punched away by Sean Kemp. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
This is a game of matching intensity as it goes along.
Yeah, some games you match players. This one's intensity. Good point. Ceballos. Ball fake. Big miss. Percy Hawkins let it slip through his hands. Just let it go, and it's going to be Phoenix ball. 5:11 in the half.
Unforced errors. Like in tennis, that's exactly what happened on that play. Thought he had the basketball, took his eye off of it, lost it out of bounds on the baseline.
Third opportunity for the Suns to tie or take the lead. If they cash in this time, pull-up jumper. Kevin Johnson. Detlef Shrimp had to play him back because he would penetrate.
He hasn't had many of those outside shots, and you're exactly right. The fact that he's been penetrating more in this game, they've got to back off and giving him space.
So he clears it out himself by his play. Shrimp from 20. Rebound, Ceballos, a chance for the Suns to take the lead. Kevin Johnson drew the foul. There in the penalty. Kevin Johnson has been a man possessed in this game tonight.
Watch carefully here, Kevin Johnson. catches the ball. He's been penetrating all night long. Here he gets a little screen, starts to have to back off, and he nails the shot. Hasn't nailed many of them from out there, but starting to get the feel.
He's been nailing the free throws, 6 out of 6 from the line tonight. 13 points, 14 points. That now is the high for Kevin Johnson in this playoff series. He had 13 in game number 1. And substitution coming in, Danny Manning. Phoenix has been doing this without Manning. Williams came in and played his best ball of this playoff series in that stretch.
Well, I think with the Phoenix Suns, with their big guys, you've got to execute plays for them. Their guards play with more just freelance play. I think their big guys need more help in order to score.
The first Phoenix lead since it was 2-0. 50-48. 4:29 to go in the half. Kevin Johnson with 15 points. Trent, 6'10's trouble when he gets in the paint. Kemp from long range. He's got that jumper. George Karl says if he hits a few of those, he often gets motivated and then rebounds and everything else better.
He went into the double team to start that possession, got trapped, threw it out. When they moved the ball back, he was facing, and he definitely could hit that shot. During the course of the year, didn't do it quite as much as George would have liked.
You don't usually hear a coach saying that. Kemp's a good shooter out there. 6 on the shot clock. Jason Kidd, bad pass.
One-hand passes so often go awry and are not good passes.
Kemp from Payton. Payton saw Kemp was trailing and simply laid the ball out there for him. 52-50. Sonics back in the lead with 3:36 to go in the half. Shawn Kemp has 13.
Going back to the play they opened the game with.
Kevin Johnson is taking it to the rack.
He really is trying to create every time down, and this is what makes the Suns so dangerous.
Oh, what's interesting is they got one of the great young point guards in the league in Jason Kidd. Kidd stepping aside wisely, letting Kevin Johnson take over the point guard play here in this game.
An interesting exchange over there between Danny Ainge and Kevin Johnson. Danny Ainge was upset because Kevin Johnson didn't get what he wanted to early, and then he went over, and so Kevin said, look, I've tried to do it, but I didn't get to it, so they kind of worked it out in about 30 seconds. Danny's pretty frantic tonight.
I'd say so. Tied at 52. Heck of a game. What's all the talk about low scoring in the NBA?
Not in this series. What we saw in that possession was a little trapping basketball. Little trapping basketball.
Wesley Person picked up the personal. That was the 4th team foul. So they had a foul to give with 3:10 to go. Next we'll send them to the line.
Let's see if they go the same way. They're playing pretty much straight out, taking the cutter through. Here's the normal man defense. Previous possession, a little more trapping.
Hawkins, he's been quiet. Got it to fall this time. Percy Hawkins has 6.
You want to be a great player in this league, particularly the 2 guard. You got to learn that floater and how to pull up and get it up softly on the rim. Can't just expect to shoot it.
Kemp out on Kevin Johnson. Ceballos works loose in the middle, and Cummings blocks him. Wow! Technical foul on Danny Ainge. Watch it. He got tossed in game 2. Joey Crawford with a quick first.
Yeah, Donnie Nelson knows, and he won't get thrown out tonight. He wanted offensive goaltending, and here now he threw Don Nelson away, and Nelson saying, "Get back." Danny Ainge said, "I know what I'm doing. I won't get tossed tonight."
He is the feistiest choir boy I've ever met. There's no choir boy in Danny Ainge, but he certainly looks it. Hawkins will take the technical free throw shot. Sonics by 3. Here's a look at the play that Danny is so adamantly irritated about. Goaltending? Yeah. I see why. Pinned it on the backboard. Timeout Sonics. 55-52. Sonics by 3. 2:33 to go in a whale of a first half.
NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by the Chrysler Corporation, where building great cars and great trucks is what we're all about. And by Fila. Change the game.
With its sleek styling, easy out-roller seats, plus air conditioning and 7-passenger seating, all for a great price. The Plymouth Voyager is pretty attractive. Plymouth Voyager. Now get the 4th door at no extra charge.
Kid, you got a talent, but you got a problem. You're too nice. I'm gonna make you bad. Okay, Mr. Lambert.
It now appears that Shaq is suffering from a neck injury.
Of course we're concerned. That's one valuable neck.
Shaq is suffering from taco neck syndrome, TNS. It's caused by his craving for delicious Taco Bell tacos. And he's getting worse with every neck-bending bite.
There's nothing funny about TNS.
It's not natural.
It's a conspiracy, man.
Get some more of those tacos.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. You talk about some great action in the Western Conference playoffs tonight. Right now on TBS, Houston with a 3-point lead over Minnesota. About 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. You can flip over to TBS to catch the edge of that. But I'm not encouraging you at all to turn away from Bob Neal and Chuck Daly. That's the last thing on my mind, guys.
You the man, Ernie. You the man. Seattle by 3. You don't want to turn away here. This game's beautiful. What you got to have is PIP, or you got to have 2 sets. That's the only deal. It's the only answer. 2:20 to go in the first half. Peyton, who's been quiet after having 18 in the first period, to Hersey Hawkins in the paint, fade away. Loose ball back to Peyton.
Seattle 40 in the first quarter, only 15 in the second.
Look at the strength. Sean Kemp went up in a host of white jerseys. There was no chance anybody was going to get that ball but Sean. Wow. Look at the strength.
Let's take a look. There's the shot by Detmer Schrempf. Here comes Sean Kemp. Wrestles it free. Going to take it up among the traffic and draws the foul.
From Danny Manning, that's Manning's second. Now the lead back up to 4. Nike halftime report coming up with my best buddy, Ernie Johnson. After the nice plug. Danny Manning is working hard on Greg Willard, one of the officials. Phoenix caught up a little bit in arguing with officials right now with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Phoenix down by 4. AJ gets it to Sabalos. That's where you want Sabalos shooting. He works best on the baseline near the hoop. Hawkins misses. Jason Kidd rebounding. Now here's where the Suns run best.
Great point you made about Danny Ainge, because you got to get past man. You got to play the basketball game. You can't live in the past.
56-52 Sonics coming off of Phoenix misses. Now it's 58-52. The lead built back to 6 with 1:17 and a half.
Both clubs in a nice flow in transition, getting good shots. In the case of the Suns, they're penetrating more and making just a little bit more happen at the free throw line in the second.
Speaking of penetrating, there goes Kevin. And the penalty, so he'll go to the free throw line again. It's on Sean Kemp. Sean has stepped out quite a bit on Kevin Johnson after that penetration. Kevin here will go up to the line, has 15 points, 7 out of 8 from the line. Seattle on a 10-2 run. There's KJ. 4 of 11, still struggling from the field.
85% free throw shooter.
Hot Rod Williams back in for Danny Manning in his final minute and 4 seconds. Manning, remember, he has 2 fouls.
And I think they like Hot Rod defensive rebounding on this particular play. 1:04 to go, but I think the foul is the key. Nash coming in, getting some playing time.
Yeah, Kidd has 2 personals, so he'll sit out, and the rookie comes in. Steve Nash came in the last minutes of that game the other night, came up with 11 points. No, excuse me, no points, but 5 assists. He played 9 minutes, but the game was over when he was in. Here, 57 seconds remaining in the first half.
Sonics by 4.
A little bit indecision, so Shrimp's going to go to the box.
Nash had no chance.
Made a switch, got caught up in it. The Shrimp just immediately, very smart, veteran, savvy club.
Kevin Johnson penetrating, dishing. Person, ball fake. Nash, corner. The rookie misses, had a golden opportunity there.
Hold the string.
Ceballos. Now Gary Payton. Kemp on that delayed trail is almost unstoppable. He gets the head of steam up.
Yeah, you're right. He's done a good job of that. They seem to catch him coming late. Here's Detlef Schrempf. Got Nash on his back. Turns baseline. No help. No help from the weak side whatsoever. He could have put it up on either side of the hoop.
Now they're going to have to get Jason Kidd back in the game, I think, with 24 seconds left here. And Danny Manning, too, as they get some offense put back in.
Offense, defense.
Third foul on Ceballos, by the way. So Williams and Ceballos will go out. Chapman is going to come back. Nash will go out. So the shot clock is off after this free throw. There will be 23.9 left in the half. Look at the free throw. Pretty even. So is the game. 61-54.
Seattle in this situation a lot of times will go to a double team once you try to hold the ball. If they try to hold it for the last shot, which they'll try to do, they'll go to a little double team and try to get you to move the ball and get it out of the wrong person's hands or the shooter's hands.
How about this? There are 8 guards on the floor. 4 for each team. My kind of game.
They're going to flatten out in the 1-4 with Jason Kidd. Let him penetrate or dribble handoff to try to set up a long-range shot. Here's the pick and roll.
Greg Graham gets picked off. 4 seconds. Person. Good fake. That'll count. That's a triple. And that'll loom large. That cuts the lead to 5. At the buzzer, Wesley Person. Sonics did everything they could to play good defense there. Sean Kemp's got his head down now, but 7 boards and 16 points at the half, and we have a 5-point game. Sonics are leading.
Employing powerful new tools, scientists unlock the secrets of exotic life form.
Now's the time to get your lawn and garden ready. But if you don't exactly have a green thumb, just go to the folks in the red vest. They've got all the advice and products to get you started from the ground up. Because Ace is a place for the helpful hardware folks.
Had a real tough early season there. So I've got a couple of ideas here that are going to be a little unique. Each one of you guys has got a battery inside.
Coach, are these girl shoes? Whatever works.
And you think, man, I can't go on. But hey, he keeps going, doesn't he?
Perfect for any game, Domino's has the perfect play. Choose from 3 delicious crusts. There's classic hand-tossed, crunchy thin crust, or big as a dunk, sweet as a swish. There's the ultimate deep dish. So make the call and have it all.
Domino's! Wow, now!
Call now, and you can enjoy a delicious Domino's pizza during the game. And why not add some of Domino's spicy buffalo wings or steaming hot breadsticks?
You all wear Zoom Air. You know how responsive it is. How do you feel about wearing shoes that make you even faster? Gary, conflicting emotions?
Well, I keep telling myself I'm doing it for the team. They need me to be explosive. But sometimes that's not even enough. The hardest part is putting them on. When I'm lacing them up, I always try to think of happy things. Like ice cream, or puppies, or shrimp.
Gary, you are one sweet guy. Did everybody hear the puppy part?
The hopes of millions rest on his shoulders.
Here on TNT, first one to 120 wins this game. Seattle on top 62-57 over the Phoenix Suns. And meantime, right now on TBS, Minnesota trying to hang right in there against the Houston Rockets. It is a 6-point game. You can catch it on TBS right now. They're in the 4th quarter, Houston leading by 6. And for the final time this evening, we bring you the Nike Halftime Report. Ernie Johnson, Reggie Theus, and Derek Harper with you from our Atlanta studio. Let's talk about the first half of this Phoenix game. And it seems like you guys are kind of frothing at the mouth saying, wish we could get out there. They're all our height and they're all shooting.
No doubt about it. I think the guard idea is Danny Ainge and the Phoenix Suns idea. If you've watched them the last part of the year, throughout the year, they've played with a lot of guards, and it's sort of forcing Seattle to play the way that they're playing. And I think Phoenix is more comfortable, and that's one of the reasons why they're back in the game.
Man, it makes me wish I never retired. Let's do shirts and skins. Let's choose them up, guys, and go for it,
They
man.
are running up and down. KJ's got 17. Gary Payton has 20. 62-57. You've been saying that since day one. In the Eastern Conference, the number 4 seed has lost to the number 5 seed in the first round 4 years running. The Detroit Pistons are a win away from extending that hex. They took the Hawks by 8 at the Palace of Auburn Hills tonight. One of the stars was Lindsey Hunter. That thing was deeper than Jerry Springer's final thought, 51-38. Lenny Wilkins' guys were down 56-40 at the break. Christian Laettner leads them back. He had 25 on the night. It's 59-52. But once again, it's number 1, Lindsey Hunter on the drive, off the glass. He had 26 on the night, and the Pistons are loving it because they've won the last 2 games in this series and are 1 away from advancing to the Eastern Conference semifinals. They beat the Atlanta Hawks 99-91, setting up Game 4 Thursday night on TNT from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Here's Grant Hill.
And I just want success, one more game. I want one more game of success Friday, and you know, hopefully, we know they'll make some adjustments. They did from Game 2 to Game 3. We just have to be ready for them. We have to be mentally strong, and we have to go out there and do what it takes to win.
Tough chore now for Lenny Wilkins' guys, Derek, because they're 20-21 on the road in the regular season. They've had trouble against good teams away from home, and now you got to win at the Palace. This is tough.
They're going to have to muster up some confidence, even though they're on the road. They're going to have to find a way to go out and shoot the basketball better against Detroit. They're going to have to find a way to get some easy baskets. I just feel like things are coming too difficult for them offensively right now.
Meantime, somebody besides Grant Hill in the headlines for Detroit.
Hey, Lindsey Hunter, man, just serving him up a heck of a ball game. Incredible. Check him out in some of this video action. Dumars down low. And Lindsey Hunter from the parking lot. Oh, my. Check him out in here. Get a loose ball. And it's Lindsey Hunter again, finding his way on the jump ball, having a whale of a game, filling it up, being the man over Grant Hill tonight. But it's a team game.
It certainly is.
You hear what I said? Team
it
game.
Is. And the Detroit team won it 99-91. Since when? When we come back, the story from the arena tonight. I'm just kidding you, Reg, sort of. Orlando's still alive, folks. How about that? Highlights next.
Grant, it's time to look beyond basketball. I'm thinking made-for-TV drama.
You want me to be just like Tommy, Dad, but I can only be Jake.
After that, you go on tour with your book. Then you cut an album.
I'm a cowboy.
He's a cowboy.
So, what do we think?
I'd never do something like that. Care for a Sprite?
In places where people need an air conditioner that lasts a long, long, long time, they know
Okay, kid, run up and see if anybody's home.
it's hard to stop a train.
At Michelin, we believe a tire that's just good in the rain isn't good enough. The Michelin X1, with a 6-year unlimited mileage tread life warranty, gives you better wet traction than any rain tire. Plus Michelin confidence in most driving conditions. It has to, because the way we see it, you don't just cover a lot of miles, you cover a lot of weather. The Michelin X1.
Good morning.
Morning.
What can I do for you?
2 copies, please.
Yesterday, Evelyn Hartwell fulfilled a dream big enough to change her life, small enough to hold in her hand. She got the keys to her first home.
Thank you.
By the way, congratulations.
For a free guide that can help you get a home of your own, call the Fannie Mae Foundation. We're showing America a new way home.
The New York Knicks swept their way into the Eastern Conference semis, waiting for the Heat or the Magic. And they're still waiting. Because Orlando stayed alive tonight. Came out loose at the O-Arena. It looked like they were going to get blown out in their own gym. O'Shawn Leonard, beyond the arc. He's automatic. They were up by 20. Then the score was 39-23. About 5:15 to go in the half, and Ronnie Cycli goes down for the rest of the game with a sprained ankle. What happens? Orlando rallies to tie by halftime at 42. Penny Hardaway had 42 on the night. And what a contribution off the bench from this guy. Darrell Armstrong, best remembered as a slam dunk competitor a couple of years back. Didn't do too well there. He had a night of his life. 21 points off the bench, career high. Orlando's alive, 88-75, setting up Game 4 Thursday night, 8 o'clock on TNT. Let's hear from Penny.
We read the clippings and everything, and I think we deserved everything that was said about us in those first two games because we really didn't show up. And, you know, it made us come in tonight's game, you know, with a lot of pride and saying if they're going to beat us, like I said before, they were going to know that they were in the game, and we played hard and won the game.
You find out that this game constantly brings you back to your knees. You know, if you're not really focused and staying in the game and you thinking that it's over with, a team's going to come back and get you.
And that is exactly what happened tonight. Now, how far do we take this? Can they send it back to Miami?
I think that you have to just think of it in this respect, that Orlando's got a great head on their shoulder. They had some guys step up tonight and come up with some big wins, but this is far from over. You know, Riley is not going to let it rest. I know he's in there chomping on those guys in the locker room.
Well, this guy's played for him in the playoffs before.
Right, that's putting it mildly. I think Coach Riley's going to find a way to get his team back going. Again, they came in, and I think they played very, very careless tonight. And Coach Riley isn't going to stand for it. He's going to find a way to get his team back on.
Game 4 in that series is Thursday on TNT. Game 4 in the Pistons-Hawks is Friday on TNT. And as we head to break, a reminder, the Rockets and the Timberwolves are still going at Target right now on TBS. Well, we got games, we got networks, we got it going on. 62-57, Seattle's on top of Phoenix.
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's frost brewed to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Hey, where'd you come from?
It's the Hall of Fame, my man. You guys look bigger on TV.
Hey, the road ahead awaits you. You never know just where it takes you.
How should buying tires fit into your life?
Roll me east, roll me west, rolling free. That's the best. Free to roll.
Sears Auto Center. We keep you rolling.
Relax. Take your shoes off.
I'm more comfortable like this.
Really?
Well,
millions of people have toenail fungus, thick, brittle, yellow nails.
Oh, I've been in your shoes. You can do something. Call your doctor or Janssen Pharmaceutica at 1-800-NAILS-90.
Who's Janssen?
Your doctor knows Janssen. Call 1-800-NAILS-90 for more information on nail fungus and how to treat it.
Right, I'll call 1-800-NAILS-90.
Oh, you catch on quick.
Well,
brought to you by Janssen Pharmaceutica, world leader in antifungal research.
You know, if fixing the plumbing happens to be your gray area, turn to the folks in the red vest. They'll get you everything you need to get things back into flow. That's what makes Ace the place with the helpful hardware folks.
In Mystic's Color Caps game, see if the color under your cap matches Dennis Rodman's hair. If you find green, you win 1 day of his salary. There are more than 100,000 other prizes, including free Mystic. Show your colors. Mystic.
And welcome back to the Nike Halftime Report. Right now on TBS, the Rockets and the Timberwolves. It's a 4-point game with a couple of minutes to play. You can catch the end on TBS. Third quarter coming up from the America West, 62-57, the Sonics with the lead. Remember, after the Sonics and Suns here on TNT. Vince Cellini takes you inside the NBA from his virtual world, making the journey with him tonight. Raptors head coach Darryl Walker. Derek Harper makes that journey tomorrow night. It's been great having Derek here in the studio with me and Reg tonight. Wednesday night playoff schedule on TNT. The Bulls take their 2-0 lead to Washington at 8, followed by Game 3 in the Lakers-Blazers series. LA with a 2-zip lead. Give me that garage.
Call it strength.
A world leader in insurance and investment.
Call it expertise.
$450 billion in assets under management.
Call it vision.
Anticipating the opportunities in more than 50 countries.
Call it innovation.
Give clients smarter choices in a changing world.
Call it AXA. Here you know us as the Equitable. AXA, go ahead. You can rely on us.
If you can do this, you can make wood beautiful with Minwax. And if you can do this, you can give wood lasting protection. Turning a house into a beautiful home is as easy as turning to Minwax.
Clean is my business. So when I'm on the road, Super 8's my motel. Clean carpets, clean seats, clean.
When we started QVC, the idea of televised shopping was new, and we wanted to do a few things differently. Most companies sell information about their customers to other companies.
Hello, John Hunter. Hello, Mr. Hunter. We're very interested in getting hold of this list.
No, we just don't sell our names.
This is a great opportunity for you.
We don't rent or sell our customers' names.
Mr. Hunter.
I'm sorry, that's confidential.
Please, Mr. Hunter.
No, sure, we get badgered a little, but at least they won't be bothering.
Years ago, the personal computer was invented in a garage.
Cool. Hey, check this out.
So why is it that about the only place to buy one today is in a warehouse?
Hello? Can anybody help me?
Well, Computer Renaissance is different. We think that buying a personal computer should be a personal experience. And we sell used computers that can do everything you need for a lot less money than at a warehouse.
I have a question.
On Division Street in St. Cloud at the Division Place Fashion Center next to Red Lobster.
Welcome back to America West Arena. Outstanding first half. The Seattle Sonics jumped out to a 15-point lead, then a 20-7 Phoenix run, which got them to a 2-point lead. And then the Sonics came back with another run, 14-4 at the end of the half, and it's 62-57.5. So it's been a game of spurts. Chuck, let's have a look at the statistical story here, first of all, for the first half of play. Sonics 55% field goal, bench scoring 24-8. Person came in and did a whale of a job, and Gary Payton got kind of quiet, 18 in the first period.
Between the two of them, though, they have 36 points. They're playing all-star basketball in this particular game.
And you do get somewhat of a feeling, who knows, you got a little feeling that Phoenix is outmanned. I think that's obvious or true, and they're hanging on. But can they hang on and go up 2-1? We'll see in a moment. Right now, Scott Hastings talking to Seattle.
You guys, a game of spurts that first half. You had a nice run. They came back on you. Reasons for it?
Well, we shot the ball great early, and we continue to try to shoot the ball with them. They're a great shooting team, but I'm happy where I'm at right now, and it's going to be an unbelievable 24 minutes of running and gunning.
First two games, you didn't hear much from KJ and the other guard over there, but they're trying to put it on them this first half anyway.
KJ's a proud all-star, and he's shown what he's going to come out and go at us. I think if we just keep him off the free throw line, I think we'll have some success. But he is awful quick, and when he gets into the crowd, he gets fouled a lot.
Any adjustments you're going to make for the second half?
Well, we're going to come at KJ a little differently than we did in the first half, and try to give him some different looks.
Look at Sean Kemp. He had 74 points in 73 minutes coming into this game, and a pretty fair first half tonight, Chuck.
Yeah, he really did. 18 touches, jumpers 2 for 3, and that's good news for the Sonics. Interesting, George Karl says they're going to come at KJ a little bit differently. I thought at first he meant offensively they're going to attack him a little more, but that's not the case. I think it's going to be defensive. They're going to play him a little bit differently. I think they're going to back off and try to make him make the jumper rather than get in the lane, because that's where he's had him, getting to the free throw line and dishing off a little bit. Let's see how that develops.
And dishing off and drawing the fouls. You see, he's only 4 of 11 from the floor.
Exactly.
Percy Hawkins, who's done such a good job defending Kevin Johnson in the first 2 games, having trouble tonight because Kevin Johnson is playing like a man who doesn't want to quit playing basketball. He had said earlier this year that he thought he would retire after this year. Now there are some people who wonder if he'll play again. So we're ready to get underway for the second half from America West Arena. Sonics 62, Suns 57. Gary Payton 18 points in the first period, only 2 in the second quarter. Looking for Cummings on the block. Jason Kidd playing him down there. Payton, look out. He's cooled off after having 5 threes in the first quarter.
Thought he was maybe looking for that 9. Still got a lot of time to get 4 more. Rex Chapman's been very quiet in this particular game after the outburst in the first game up 42 points.
I told you Payton was hot. He's missed 5 out of his last 6 now. Rex Chapman trying to get that shot away, but he was fouled first. Gary Crawford with the call. One thing to keep in mind for the second half, Danny Ainge picked up a technical in the first half, so second personal on Trimp. So if Danny Ainge were to pick up another technical, he could be tossed again. He was ejected from game number 2. Chapman will step to the free throw line. Rex had 5 points in the first half. This is his first trip to the free throw line.
One of the things I think they're probably doing is moving Chapman. Chapman's been standing around waiting for the ball. That makes Devin Shrimp's job easy when he's defending him. If he's moving on picks like he did in that play, then he might make something happen. He got Devin Shrimp up in the air and went to the free throw line.
Shrimp left alone. Johnson had to get there late. Hot Rod Williams caused him to give up the ball. Air ball from Kemp, who will say it was a pass to Terry Cummings.
Might have caught front rim, but he'll take it.
64-58 Sonics. Sonics jumped out to a 15-point lead, but the Suns battled back to take a 2-point lead. That's a triple from the corner for Wesley Person, who continues his hot streak. He has 17 points. That's this year's playoff high.
And Person starting. They're starting the 4 guards in this half rather than going with the second big guy. I think Danny feels we've got to get some offense to try to stay in this game because you're going to play the Sonics. You've got to be able to score.
Sean Kemp doesn't get the roll. Fouls inside. It's on Kevin Johnson. That'll be his first personal. 10:30 to go in the third quarter from America West Arena as playoff coverage continues. How about Orlando getting Miami tonight? Detroit beating Atlanta. The Pistons take a 2-1 lead in that series.
And could end it later in this week. I believe it's Friday night. They could end that series. Atlanta is going to have to step up. And I think particularly Mookie Blaylock. We've talked about it before. How Mookie Blaylock goes the Atlanta Hawks. Obviously, we did not see the game, but in the previous game, he struggled. He's got to have big games in order for them to win.
Oh, you have that so right. As Terry Cummings, 14-year veteran to the line, signed as a free agent by the Sonics. What a great acquisition in the middle of the season. Got himself into basketball shape, and instead of Jim McIlvain, their $30+ million center signed as a free agent, Terry Cummings is playing at center. He fits better against this small ball, as they call it, from the Phoenix Suns, trailing by 5. Kevin Johnson is gonna take it. He split the double team and drew the foul.
They're going to look to get into the lane almost every time with this small lineup.
Difference in the points in the paint. Look at that, 54-16 Seattle. And this tonight, it's pretty even. This inside going in the paint, and that'll even it at points in the paint tonight for these two teams. And the paint can be misleading if you don't think about it. A lot of people think it's big men. Tonight's been like Kevin Johnson passes inside.
Yeah, exactly. And getting to the free throw line, that sort of thing. The paint, you're right, can be deceiving. There's paint.
And a swat by Person. A hard foul, Kemp and Hot Rod Williams.
Kemp, a man possessed, going to the offensive board. And once he gets it in there and takes it back up, you're going to have to foul him to stop him. Here's Payton, jump stop, gets it up, misses it. Here comes Kemp. Once you get him in that position, you're going to have to take a hard foul. He can take it. He understands the game.
15-19 this series in free throws, 74% of the regular season. He's a good free throw shooter. 7 of 8 tonight. George, what me worry, Carl. What was it he said about this team, about their personality?
Well, it was Gil Martin, a local columnist who's a great writer, said what the Sonics are, they're best in taking the multiple personality disorder medications prescribed by Dr. George Carl. And it's worked in the last 2 games.
MPD. I think that's pretty accurate. Multiple personalities. That's the 3rd personal on Detlef Schrempf. 5-point Sonics lead. And guess who's going to the free throw line for what will be his 9th free throw attempt on the evening. Make it his 10th free throw attempt on the evening.
They're going to continue this kind of play all night, just trying to get to the basket, get to the free throw line, try to make something happen, and try to make the Seattle Sonics play just a hair differently in order to try to get some long-range shooting later in this game.
Isn't it interesting how the great players find a way? You can't shoot from the perimeter, so Kevin Johnson is getting to the line, putting the Sonics over the limit earlier, and now he's 9 of 11 from the free throw stripe. Turnover. Kevin Johnson.
The Sonics have to seem to play with a little more sense of urgency. When they get comfortable, they're not the same team.
Well, they lose the lead, they'll lose the comfort. Rex Chapman with a ball fake, then he draws the double team. And the foul. Bale out there. There's only 7 on the shot clock. That's on Kemp, his 2nd.
The Suns look at the spread of the floor. Nobody hardly near the basket, just spreading the floor, setting a little pick down there. This time he drew the foul.
Person! He hit the buzzer beater at the half, and now it's a 1-point deficit for Phoenix, and Wesley Person has 4 threes and 20 points tonight.
During the regular season, made 171 of 414, shooting 41% from three-point land.
Here are the 4 guards on the run. Kevin Johnson with the penetration again, and the turnover this time. Now the Sonics have 4 on 3. Schrempf fouled by Jason Kidd. Good foul?
Not necessarily a good foul, because Detlef Schrempf was angling off away from the basket, was not really a threat to beat him, although Kidd might have thought there was someone ahead of him or behind him defensively for an easy basket. The only thought process that could have happened.
Sonics by a point, 8:37 to go, 3rd quarter. Tried to post up Schrempf, and then Terry Cummings took over and took the spot. Payton. Pick. Schrempf. Sean Kemp.
Well, the Suns fan wanted a charge foul, but instead they got a rainbow jumper from Sean Kemp.
From the Rain Man. That was good. I like that. 3 points Sonics lead. Sonics ball. 14 on the shot clock. 8:04 to go in the 3rd period.
Jason Kidd kind of picking up what KJ's doing. Does not like his shooting percentage, trying to get the basket, and it looked like he had the lane that time.
Pass to Hawkins. Swatted away by Hot Rod. This is 4 on 2. Chapman took it out and is going to bring it back into the line. Oh my, his elevation helps him make that basket. And it's a 1-point Sonics lead and another turnover. A chance for the Suns to take the lead. Jason Kidd, Wesley Person. The triple from Person and a 2-point Phoenix lead.
And the Sonics look a little tired, a little out of sync, turning it over a few times too often, getting them in real trouble.
Raining threes in the desert. 10 on the shot clock. Schrempf over Hot Rod Williams, who bothered the shot. Cummings, big board. That's a big, powerful play from 14-year veteran Terry Cummings.
Well, what the Sonics are making do are pay for second shots because of the small lineup, but it has paid off for the Suns. They're hanging in this game. Either have the lead or have it tied.
Jason Kidd with the penetration this time. And it was tipped by Gary Payton. 10 on the shot clock, remember. Now 7. 5. Off the screen is Rex Chapman. Payton with a rebound on the Sonics run. Tied at 72. Hawkins. He's a little off balance. Hot Rod kept it alive. Jason Kidd draws the foul. That's 3 on Kemp.
Took the ball, the length of the floor. He said, I'm going to the hole. I know I can draw the foul, and he did.
If we were in Cleveland, this might be the 4th quarter. We're not. We're out west. It's halfway through the 3rd, tied at 72.
NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by GMC, putting you comfortably in command. And by Dutch Boy Paints. Give your home the lasting look of Dutch Boy.
Perhaps even more impressive than pure, unbridled power is the ability to harness it. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
We have triplets.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
With them,
Hey, stop that.
we couldn't take a chance with some ordinary paint.
No way.
So we got Dutch Boy low-odor kids' room paint.
It's tougher. Much tougher.
You can scrub it and the paint won't come off.
We scrub it a lot.
We even use the new furniture and trim paint.
If only we could paint the rugs, curtains, and bedspreads with it.
They make a paint for that?
Give your home the lasting look.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
I was abused as a child, and now I have a son of my own. I haven't done anything to harm my baby. I never would. I know there's a better way of disciplining your children than hurting them. I love my son very much, and I don't want to hurt him, but I don't want to take any chances. Maybe you could help me. He is 2 now, and I'm afraid I would do the same thing to him as my mom did to me.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. We've got another sweep in the Western Conference, this time by the Houston Rockets, who prevailed over the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target tonight. Great ball game. Charles Barkley, taking matters into his own hands, beats the shot clock and bottoms out the turnaround jumper with under a minute to play, and the Houston Rockets defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves 125-120. Houston gets 20 out of Charles Barkley. Ellie with 21. What a great series he had. They now meet the winner of Seattle Phoenix, and that baby is too close to call. Back to Bob.
You got that right, Ernie Johnson. Thank you. Perkins in for Cummings now. This one's tied at 72. How about that? 245 points scored in that game.
We may be close to that before this one's over. Seattle only 3 for 11 in the 3rd. Phoenix 5 for 7. Wesley Person shooting has 23 points in 23 minutes, 8 for 12, 6 for 8 on threes, looking at the record of 9.
Jason Kidd has only 6 points in the game. He does have 7 assists, however, and he gives the Suns a 2-point lead. 10 on the shot clock, trying to post up Kemp against Manning. Trent. Rebound, Chapman. This could be the Suns' biggest lead if they score. Kevin Johnson opened to score. And the Phoenix Suns have the biggest lead of the ball game for Phoenix. And Kevin Johnson has 20.
Pushing the ball down floor, getting the easy opportunity off transition on misses.
5:45 to go in the 3rd period. Crowd back in this game in America West. Phoenix started the season 0-13. First NBA team in history to make the playoffs after starting 0-13. Manning rips it down like a strong man. KJ looked like a travel, got rid of it. Person. KJ. Chapman, ball fake. That's a triple attempt. Payton has a 1-on-3. What a play by Chapman, stealing the intended pass for Hawkins. Chapman, Manning, reverse, drew the foul.
Won't miss those often. And Payton struggling in the second.
This Phoenix bench is into this game, as are their players, as are the fans, as is KJ.
Here's KJ quickly down floor, gets a quick pick in transition, raises up, hits it.
How about this? Sean Kemp picked up the personal. He has 4.
See KJ saying to Manning, keep setting that pick in transition, and I will get open. We don't have to run a set offense. Let them set their defense. It's better to get them in transition.
Kemp goes to the bench. Manning, 72% free throw shooter on the season, misses the front one. That's the second one, and it is the biggest lead of the game for the Suns, 77-72. Remember, the Suns only scored 78 points in the whole game up in Seattle 2 nights ago. Shrimp working against Manning. Double team. Pass went off the back of Chapman. 7 on the shot clock. Hawkins working behind Shrimp. That's a triple. That's an air ball. Jason Kidd. Out of control. Got airborne. Turned it over. 3-on-1. Wingate. Good foul. Person almost got the foul.
Bad play by Jason Kidd going up in the air. As good as he is and great at passing with a vision, to just go up and throw it over your shoulder with no one there really hurt.
Yeah, there's a GMC scoreboard tonight. You saw Orlando shocked Miami. Detroit beat Atlanta, taking a 2-1 lead in that series. Houston swept Minnesota. That was the first game in Minnesota, NBA playoff game in Minnesota, since 30 years or so, since they were the Lakers there. Virtual Vents will have Darryl Walker in the studio with him, the Toronto Raptors head man.
Yeah, a terrific defensive player, stand-up guy, a very direct talker, and he'll fight you. He was in a few.
Phoenix, 3-point lead, 4:33 to go in the third period. Jason Kidd left alone, and then he saw Shrimp. Still got the 4 guards. They're all spotted up beyond the arc. Kidd with the penetration and the kick out. Got in trouble again. Shot clock at 5. Chapman inside to Manning. Blocked by Sam Perkins. Out of bounds.
What this game's going to come down to is execution of their particular style as we go along. The Sonics playing a little bit slower, trying to execute plays. The Suns running in transition, trying to get quick baskets off penetration.
That shot was blocked with 1 second on the shot clock, so they had to throw up that prayer. That's why the quick shot. Suns lead by 3. Shot was blocked by Perkins out of bounds, and it had never touched the rim. Thus the 1 second. 10 on the shot clock. Phoenix picking up a little defense here too. Taking the double team. Hawkins, tough shot. Gary Payton had it raked away. Person coming away with it. You know, you could almost count Shrimp as a guard. He plays like one sometimes. If you did that, you could say they're 4 against 4 again. But 3 guards on the floor for Seattle. 4 wheel guards on the floor for Phoenix. Chapman, 3. 80-74.
And all they want is to spread the floor. They cannot handle KJ getting into the lane. They're going to get those kind of shots. If they make it, they're going to defeat the Seattle Sonics.
Payton backing in against Kidd. Got him down low. With a foul. That's 4 on Jason Kidd. 3:12 to go in the third quarter. The Suns, who trailed by 5 at the beginning of this period, now lead it by 6. 11-point turnaround in the third quarter by the Phoenix Suns. There's Nate McMillan, who's playing on guts, character, and heart. He's got a very tough cartilage situation in his knee. Most players wouldn't even be able to go. Sabalos will step in. Jason Kidd. No, Chapman goes out. Kidd will stay in with his 4 persons.
Payton on the free throw line, but he has missed 7 of his last 8 shots and turned it over 3 times. 21 points, 18 first half, only 3 since, and basically that's the difference in the game.
No, that's an excellent point, Chuck. Payton, rare for him to hit this kind of streak. Moving it around on the perimeter. 5 on the shot clock. Sabalos loves working in here. That's almost an impossible shot over Sam Perkins, a 7-footer with long arms. 5-point Suns lead. Wingate to Perkins, looking to post Payton against Kevin Johnson. Payton's got him by about 2-3 inches in height. Now posting Perkins. 5 on the shot clock. Manning comes to help out. 2-1. Hersey got it away. Counted. It's a triple from Hersey Hawkins. Big bucket for the Sonics. Suns back to a 2-point lead with 2:18 to go in the period, and Hawkins has 9 points.
Key to that particular play, Payton on the baseline, kicking it out. He can almost get where he wants, makes him so dangerous running the offense from the baseline.
Kevin Johnson missing from three-point land. He's had a whale of a game, but he still doesn't have that perimeter game that he's been missing all series. Under 2 minutes to go in the period. Suns by 2. Sonics could tie on this possession. Talk about Kevin shooting. He's 5 of 14 tonight. 8 on the shot clock. Sonics ball.
Perkins on the post up, and here we're going to have a timeout.
You saw a shot of Sean Kemp. He's on the bench with 4 personal fouls. The Suns have the 2-point lead and a minute 46 to go in the third.
Call your cable operator today and ask about CNN-SI, the Sports News Network.
Up here, I feel like traffic is miles away.
With the most horsepower in its class and its accommodating size.
Unlike some others, I have virtually unlimited capacity.
Yukon can make you feel invincible.
This is real.
Division Place Fashion Center, what a great place to be.
Have you been thinking about taking a fabulous family vacation? Hello, I'm Fred Bursch from Bursch Travel. If a trip to Disney World is in your dreams, make your first stop at one of our 7 Bursch Travel offices. Our trained Disney experts send thousands of travelers to Disney World each year. We can make your trip the magical experience your family will always remember. Bursch Travel, celebrating 40 years of professional travel service in some...
Becker Furniture World, Minnesota's furniture store, where you'll always find the best selection and guaranteed lowest prices. Stop in for your new sofa. At Becker Furniture World, you'll find over 200 different styles to choose from traditional to leather to reclining sofas. You'll find them all at Becker Furniture World. And with prices of $299 to $19.99, you'll find the perfect sofa to fit your lifestyle and your pocketbook. Becker Furniture World, Minnesota's furniture store, Highway 10 Becker. It's worth the drive.
Here it is, Phoenix leading by 2, 80 to 78, minute 46 to go in the third. What a sports town this is becoming. Of course, the Suns, the first big league franchise, now big league baseball in '98. This is Bank One Ballpark, future home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and a luxury suite here in this beautiful America West Arena. This is in Anaheim at the Duck Pond, where the Phoenix Coyotes are trailing 3-0. That series, by the way, in NHL playoffs tied at 3. I mean, Chuck, let's move out here. Well, we almost have moved.
And it's all downtown.
That's true. Detlef Shrimp, Rainbow 3. Detlef struggling. Payton.
Finally got on track.
He had 5 threes in the first period and hasn't hit a 3 since then until that one. And the Sonics take over the lead.
Sonics 40 in the first, 22 in the second, and only 18 in the third.
8-0 Seattle run. You said it during the commercial break. Things have calmed down. Jason Kidd will try the 3. Sonics by a point. Kidd only 1 out of 4 tonight. He does have 8 assists. Perkins will take the 3. When he gets set, he usually nails those, but he struggled from 3-point range in this entire series. Good save on the baseline. Sabalos blocked by Perkins. He's been a defensive shot blocker tonight. Dikembe Perkins. That's 3 blocks.
Well, he has that kind of size in this kind of game where we've got so many smaller people playing all these different positions.
Sam Mutombo. All he's got to do is wag the finger.
Not his forte normally.
His forte is scoring normally, and he missed that one. Rebound by Cedric Sabalos. 23 seconds to go in the third period, and a chance for the Suns to grab the lead. Only about a 1/10 of a second difference in the shot and game clock. And Jason Kidd's going to let her wind down.
Here they come to the pick and roll.
Good pick. That's a short jumper for Jason Kidd.
He nailed one and needed one.
2 seconds. That's a 30-footer. And the Suns manage to eke out a 1-point lead at the end of 3. Person with 23. He has 6 triples and 6 boards, and the Suns outscore the Sonics 25-19 in the third.
They said imports taste better. They lied.
And how does that make you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
And how does that make you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
So now what?
I'll only drink fresh beer. Budweiser.
You have made a real breakthrough. You did it on your own.
Born on Dating from Budweiser. What fresh beer tastes like.
You're on the road to freshness. Hold all my calls.
Our football isn't played in helmets and pads. Our football has no prime times or ministers of defense. Our football never stops. Not for injuries, not for commercials. In our football, playing both ways doesn't make you a superstar, just a midfielder. Our football is played wherever 2 or more are gathered in its name. In 198 countries, on 6 continents. Our football championship isn't won by beating another city in our own country. It's won by beating every nation on earth.
Performance, it's my job. You need the right technology. You need the right skills. You need the right equipment. You need the right gasoline. And you need the right motor oil.
You need to use your 9-iron. Good thing he can drive.
Sitco says go.
With Sierra's strength and exceptional power, life's daily obstacles are easily handled. But with Sierra's third door, you will have one less hurdle to overcome. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the expressed written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Surprise me.
Welcome back for the final 12 minutes in Game 3 of this Western Conference playoff series in the desert. Look at the painted sky and the scoring by quarters. 40, 22, and 19 is how Seattle has gone. 30, 27, and 25. Chuck, you put it well. They've settled down a bit inside the Manning. That's 4 block shots for Perkins, but Kevin Johnson answers off the glass. 4 block shots for Perkins tonight.
The Phoenix Suns 12 field goals from their bench, and the Seattle Sonics only 3.
Percy Hawkins missing. Rebound Terry Cummings. Oh, that's going to be on Terry Cummings, and a nice job, and probably a sore lower lip for Kevin Johnson. That'll upset his mom, Georgia. She'll be down here on the sidelines.
Take a look at this. I think Terry Cummings just he faked over the top, and then Kevin moves in, and he moved into the forearm, right up into the forearm, and picked up the foul.
Yeah, you don't want to get Georgia angry. Don't pop her little boy. 84-81. I called him a little point. Here he is already about to retire. But that's always the moment. Perkins, Peyton. Somebody got a piece of that. Sabalos flying in. It's out of bounds. It'll be Sonics ball.
The Suns really working defensively, getting back in transition, which they didn't do in the previous game, and the Sonics struggling to get easy baskets in this half.
Saw a shot of Danny Ainge there. His view is blocked by referee Greg Willard. He'll say something about that. Illegal defense called by Greg Willard. 3-point Suns lead. 10:44 to go in the ball game. It's like schizo basketball.
Danny Ainge did what he had to do with his club and has done a tremendous job of figuring out how to win games and how to use his personnel, and that's what it's all about.
There's Jesse Hawkins blows right past Chapman. And look at that block shot from Cedric Ceballos. Get that out of here.
What they're doing is they're really coming off the ball on weak side. They're not playing big, but in a way, they're handling what they have to do inside, doing a good job of getting in the lane.
Wingate. This is from 3. Ceballos now playing wild. Throwing elbows.
Well, the Sonics are missing Sean Kemp right now with 4 fouls.
Good interior defense. Payton sweeps it away from Kevin Johnson. 3-point Suns lead. Well, things have tightened up. It was 40-30 after the first period. Wingate blows by Rex Chapman. Sonics ball, 9 on the shot clock. That interior defense has really picked up on the part of the Phoenix Suns.
It really has. They're coming off the ball from the weak side and really working. And all it's about is hard work.
Out of the shadows come 3 incredible motorcycles. Each one takes the look of a custom to a beautiful new place. The new Honda Shadow Spirit 1100, the new Shadow Ace Tourer, and the Shadow American Classic Edition. It's always cooler in the shadows.
We deliver great quality, time after time.
Same with Super 8.
Every room is comfortable. And roomy.
Super 8.
Super 8. Life's great at Super 8.
Mystic Mango Mania is the color of nerve. Nerve, the color of letting it inside out. The color of not taking it back. So, what are your colors? Show your colors, Mystic.
Ever wonder what a go-to guy does? Go-to guy. Go-to guy. Go-to guy. Good question. Goes to the board, to the rack, to the right, to the left, to the jump hook, to the spin move, to the power, to the finesse.
Where'd you get that, young man?
Offense, defense.
Rejected by Kevin Garnett.
Go-to guy. Go-to guy, huh? I think I like that. Gotta go.
Time for a Dutch boy in the paint. Kevin Johnson's been in the paint a lot tonight. Let's look at the offensive rebounds. Sonics with a lead in that category. And tonight, points in the paint. Both teams even. Speaking of in the paint, watch the Gorilla, one of the best mascots in the business. Now, he's going to try to leap 10 blocks. I don't think he can do it.
I do. Watch carefully. I guarantee you'll make it.
You saw the script. 84-81 Phoenix. 9:56 to go. Sean Kemp back in the game with 4 fouls.
Ooh, this is an interesting move this early. Sean Kemp, though, has never been tentative about continuing to play. I don't think it bothers him to foul out, but they need him around the basket.
It bothers George Karl. Gary Payton heating up again. That's 7 threes for Gary Payton. He's only 2 short of the record set in game 1 by Rex Chapman. 9:37 to go in the ball game. Danny Manning, the only true forward in the game, is handling the ball. 10 on the shot clock.
When the Suns get stagnant and try to go to set offense, it's when they really struggle.
That's going to be a foul. And on Terry Cummings, let's check in with Scott Hastings.
Bob, it's been really interesting going over by the Suns bench the last quarter or so. Danny Ainge reminds me of a Little League football coach drawing in the dirt. He has this guy staying out wide, this guy. If you see any movement inside, it's just a pick across the lane. It's really fantastic what he's been doing, both offensively and defensively, drawing up plays.
Yeah, in my backyard. Run your guy into the bush. I'll shoot from behind the garbage can. Kevin Johnson in the paint. Oh, not this time. Sean Kemp doing what he's in there for. It's tied at 84 with 9 minutes to go. Wingate. Cummings. In traffic. Wesley Person comes away with the ball. Kevin Johnson inside. Ceballos couldn't handle it. Good pass.
Good pass. He just took his eyes off the ball. Looked it in as you got to look the ball in your hands, but it's such an easy thing to do.
And Ceballos just is revved up, as I pointed out a moment ago. Wingate left alone. And the foul, is it on Kemp?
It was like
it is.
It was an accidental foul. Kevin Johnson, by his hustle, gets the ball, and Kemp is right there leaning on him and actually commits a foul. And this is the chance you take when you bring him in with 9 minutes to go. Now what do? Watch carefully. He actually gets pushed by Manning.
With 8:33 to go, Kemp with 5 fouls goes back to the bench.
The Sonics trying to recapture home court, and they are in a dogfight.
Manning gives them the lead by 2. In a dogfight without their big dog. Who's on the bench with 5. Payton defended by Kevin Johnson. Wingate, they're kind of doubling off of Wingate. Chapman playing him one-on-one. Shot clock down to 7. Payton. Tough shot, the runner on the baseline.
Brought it up from his hip like a Western gunner on the move, on the baseline, from the hip.
29 tonight for Payton. Here's the interesting part. 18 came in the first period.
They're trying to get the ball to Kevin Johnson on the box against Payton, which is kind of an interesting move.
How about that shot by Danny Manning?
He can do it. He's got all the weapons. Passer, scorer, and all the shots.
Off the dribble, off the glass, Danny Manning. Suns by 2, 7:29 remaining. Johnson defending Payton. Shrimp to help him pick, got open, and Wingate got the extra pass and knocks down the triple. Sonics take the lead again.
Wingate, who did not play in the first game, and George Karl said, I've got to go back to some of these people, get them involved in the game, and Wingate has made some contributions in the last 2 games.
Yeah, 8 points in this one. Johnson and Ceballos working together. Chapman from Tucson.
Absolutely Tucson, at least Scottsdale. Never a hesitation.
Suns by 2, 6:52 to go in this game. What a beauty. Rex has 14 tonight. 8. Stripped away. Chapman on the run. He's gone all the way, or tried to, and he's fouled. Whoa, baby. Got a foul on the Sonics. It's on Detlef Shrimp, his 4th. Kemp's on the bench with 5.
Dodge is different. It is more technology, more innovation, more style than you think. Let Dodge lead you to a whole new road. Explore, express, expand. Think again. Think Dodge.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out there.
Bulls Bullets tomorrow night at 8. Get the NBA playoffs on TNT.
Oh, let's have some memories. These two have gone at it again. This is 93, Game 7. Charles Barkley, 44 and 24 in that game. Suns head coach Danny Ainge and assistant coach Frank Johnson both played on the team. Suns lost to the Bulls in a 4-2 series after beating Seattle in the 1993 Western Finals. 44 points, 24 boards for the Chuckster.
Sounds like he did exactly that tonight in the Target Center in Minnesota.
Houston swept Minnesota tonight. There's Danny. He's second in the history of the NBA in career playoff games. First, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 91-89 Phoenix, 6:40 to go in the game. Chapman gives him the three-point lead. Ricks has 15. Let's check the lineups on the floor right now. Jason Kidd, Chapman, Ceballos, Wesley Person, and Hot Rod Williams, and Kevin Johnson went into the locker room. We don't know if he's injured or not. We'll check on that, and Scott Hastings will report in a moment. Left alone, Perkins missing. He's still struggling from three land.
You almost expect him to make that shot every single time.
Ceballos bumped into Shrimp, no call, then the block shot. No, Hersey Hawkins. He looked like Payton.
Payton delivered from the point, and Hersey, a tremendous play getting to the basket. If he doesn't make it, he gets fouled.
11 for Hawkins, 29 in the game for Payton. 5:59 to go, 1 point Phoenix lead. All alone inside, Chapman from Jason Kidd.
That's the play they ran so well in the first game. He faked the pick in the back, slipped it, got to the basket for the easy field goal.
Chapman called for the foul. He has 17 points in this game tonight. That's his second personal. The big story is that Kemp's on the bench with 5. Here it is again. Let's
Set play. Chapman fakes the screen, wide open in the paint. A definite mistake defensively because they're worried about him coming off that screen for a three-point shot.
By the way, that was the Suns' first team foul this period. Hawkins gets it over to Payton for the triple. It's tied at 94.
And Payton looks over the bench, and Payton's really feeling it. When he gets up on his toes and kind of flicks the ball, he is a dangerous player. They're getting the double team and moving it outside for his shot. He's already got 32.
Chapman, long range. Too long range. Payton with the rebound. Chance for the Sonics to regain the lead. Sonics led by 15 in the first period. Cummings. That's a tough shot. Ceballos with good defense there. Tied at 94.
Right now, about the only guy that's doing offensively for the Sonics is Payton.
Off the pass, Ricks Chapman. That's a 3, 97-94.
Normally during the season, we say first 1 to 80 wins. I think it's first 1 to 100 tonight. We're going to go back to the old Al Domenico theory.
We have to remember, though, we were in the East most of the time. We're out here in gunslinger territory. 15 second-half points for Chapman. Left alone, Payton. Not this time. He thought about it again. He's going to take it inside. Somebody got a piece of that. Hot Rod Williams. This is 3-on-2. Person. Chapman may hold it up with the three-point lead. The word on Kevin Johnson, who went to the locker room, is he just had his ankle retaped. He's okay coming back out. Inside pass from Jason Kidd, and Wesley Person draws the foul. Jason Kidd has stepped it up since Kevin Johnson went to the locker room. He's the future point guard here. Scores on Orlando 88-75. That's a final here. It's already 97-94, and we've got a quarter of the quarter left. Detroit beat Atlanta 99-91. Sonics get a timeout, and Houston swept Minnesota 125-120. Right after this, Vince Cellini, Darrell Walker inside the NBA, and we'll take a break from America West. We need it to catch our breath.
You all wear Zoom Air. You know how responsive it is. How do you feel about wearing shoes that make you even faster? Gary, conflicting emotions?
Well, I keep telling myself I'm doing it for the team. They need me to be explosive. But sometimes that's not even enough. The hardest part is putting them on. When I'm lacing them up, I always try to think of happy things. Like ice cream, or puppies,
or shrimp.
The experts in boat repair. It takes an expert to know if you've got what it takes to be a model. La Therese Imogen Modeling is searching for new faces to take to the IMTA convention. There, you can be seen by international agents who've asked La Therese to find girls and guys for the fashion and television industries. La Therese, the experts. We can tell you if you've got what it takes to be a model. Call La Therese Imogen Modeling now at 654-6053 and register to attend our next information.
At Tri-County Parts Supply, your St. Cloud Napa store, our #1 priority is you. That's why we carry a huge selection of Napa parts for your vehicle, domestic or foreign. Even hard-to-find parts are easy to find at Tri-County Parts Supply. And if you need something specially ordered, no problem. We'll generally have it here the next day. And our friendly, knowledgeable staff takes pride in helping you find the right part for the right job. Tri-County Parts Supply, your St. Cloud Napa store.
Keep America running.
Kevin Johnson coming back in after being retaped, but I understand there's more to the story, Scott Hastings, than the fact they just retaped Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, Bob, he actually Sean Kemp fell on him, slightly twisted, and he's limping a little bit. I don't know if you can tell on the cameras he's coming back in, but he's limping a little bit on the leg. Went back in there. The doctor actually looked at it. He had it retaped. He figures to play the rest of the game, but he did come back tender on that left ankle, it looks like.
Thanks, Scott. You couldn't see it on our monitor, but there was a report already whispered into the ear of his mom, Georgia, and the crowd gave him a standing O as he came back. Gary Payton, there she is getting the report on her baby. Payton, by the way, Gary, for Sonics, new career playoff high of 32 points and 8 threes. His next 3, if he gets one, will tie the NBA record set by Rex Chapman of threes made in a game in the playoffs.
And George Karl says, I'm waiting no longer. Sean Kemp is back in the game. We're going to go for it right here.
With 5. 10 on the shot clock. To Kemp. Hard foul. Rod Williams went to him hard. 3:43 to go, and the Suns have built a 5-point lead. 5 seconds. Now it'll be a new shot clock.
That's a good foul for a guy who's been sitting pretty much all of the fourth quarter. He's a free throw shooter, a 74%. Gary Payton, 32 points, 11 for 23, 8 for 14 from the three-point line, and 5 assists. That's a night's work.
That's the second team foul on Phoenix. Sean was in the act, which is why he's at the line. The Sonics have 4 team fouls, so they'll be sending Phoenix to the line. Kemp knocks them both down, but only 2 team fouls so far on Phoenix, which could be significant with 3:40 to go in the game and a 3-point Phoenix lead. Sabalos working the baseline.
They're going across screen, and now they're getting into the set offense.
They got Sabalos mismatched with Payton, but they can't get him the ball. Jason Kidd got inside. Outside from 30 feet, air ball. And what about Sabalos? Only 2 seconds remained on the shot clock because no iron was drawn. The pass ahead, tipped out of bounds with 20 on the shot clock by Phoenix. Phoenix 101 to 96. First to 100.
First to 100. Let's see if it holds up. Sabalos working where he works so well on the baseline. Not a lot of people can get that shot back in from where he took it with that time clock.
Perkins and Kemp in. Payton lobbing to Kemp. They're trying to front Kemp. And they're going to get Chapman for grabbing Kemp. He was fronting him, but they said he grabbed him from, well, I don't want to say it.
Yeah, he hooked him over the top or from behind, and then they had good weak side help, but they have the foul to give, so it doesn't hurt them in terms of going to the line.
Now that's only 3 team fouls on Phoenix. Hawkins thought about the 3. Inside to Perkins, through the double. Shrimp left alone. Shrimp hadn't been hitting out there. What a big rebound by Wesley Person, who had 10 in game number 2 and 9 here tonight. Crowd on their feet. 101-96. Big possession for Phoenix. Hoping to take a 2-1 lead in this series. What an upset that would be. Kidd. Williams with a rebound and the putback.
Jason Kidd takes a shot on the clock early, but he got helped out by Hot Rod Williams.
An answer from Hawkins and 3.
You can't celebrate against either one of these clubs defensively. You better get back in transition and match up quickly.
2:10 to go in the ball game. They got that 1-4 set, and now they come out with a high screen with Williams. Chapman working to drive. Finger roll, Rex Chapman.
Into traffic. Took it up and scored it.
And he took a body slam from Sam Perkins. Rex has 22, 11 in the fourth, 105-99, Suns by 6. Minute 57 to go. Can they take a 2-1 lead on the Sonics?
We may surrender our land, but we'll never surrender our pride!
Okay.
Our dignity! Our self-esteem.
It's not doing much for me.
We'll never surrender our Budweiser! We'll finish it before they even get here!
I got it! I got it! No, I got it!
Okay, check her out. Marathon runner, absolutely. Shin splints, left leg. Needs? Nike Air Max Burst. Excellent choice. Casual runner, not hardcore, 2 miles a day. 2.5. Could use a Fila Silva trainer. Ding. Weekend warrior. I'm thinking Reebok Classic.
Our people at Foot Locker are so good at matching your feet up to exactly the right pair of shoes, it's uncanny.
Rematch next break? I'm there.
Get it right at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Vince Cellini here in Virtual World with my partner tonight, Darrell Walker, head coach of the Toronto Raptors. And Coach, get out your virtual pen and chalkboard because we're going to X and O tonight. You ready?
I'm ready.
Breaking down 4 games. We'll have highlights and a look ahead to tomorrow's games as well after the game. Let's go out to Phoenix, Gus and Dixie.
There's digital Darrell and virtual Vince, the inside the NBA. 6-point Phoenix lead, minute 57 to go. Here's the injury to Kevin Johnson, by the way, before we inbound it.
And this was Kemp's 5th foul. Watch carefully. Kemp gets the ankles wrapped up, and he goes down.
While we looked at that, an unbelievable Sonics turnover on the inbound after the timeout. Oh, man. Suns by 6, minute 51 to go.
Right now, they got to be careful with Payton's. If they want to win this game, Payton's quick hands. We look for the steal, but...
Shrimp with a big rebound. Chapman with the miss. Payton finds Kemp. Stepped out of bounds. On the near sideline, Joey Crawford was right there.
In transition, went too close to the sideline.
How about spotting up Kemp for the 3 on the fast break?
How about the gorilla kissing the spot where he went out of bounds?
And how about Kevin Johnson coming back in? Sonics, 2 turnovers in 18 seconds.
Good move by Danny Ainge because Kevin Johnson can really control the flow, maybe get to the basket and draw a foul. They're using a lot of clock here. He's not sure. They're not sure what they're doing. Little indecision.
Who's going to be the open man? Person on the drive. He's fouled with a minute 16 to go. Gary Payton picks up only his 2nd personal. Kemp playing with 5. And Ainge now with the offensive-defensive shuttle going on here. Person gets to him, and Hot Rod Williams will come back in. Person, by the way, with a career playoff high, 25 tonight. 4 or 5 from the line, and that's a 7-point lead. Kevin Johnson back out of the game. There's Wesley's brother, Chuck.
Kevin Johnson looked like he's, is that Kevin looked like he's really hurting?
No, who is that? That's Sabalas.
Sabalas.
Yeah, he's being attended to by Joe Prosky, the trainer. Got the rattle. It is an 8-point Suns lead with a minute 16 to go.
Huge possession right here. Huge possession. Payton wants to make it happen.
Percy Hawkins misses the 3. Person's 10th rebound tonight. Playoff career high in points. 10 rebounds. Chapman across the line.
We're talking like this is an upset. They just beat them in Seattle and beat them twice at the end of the season. So why are we so surprised?
Yeah, it's only an upset if you say the 2nd seed and the 7th seed. Chapman tried to split the double team. Missed it. New shot clock. Under a minute to go. This one's over.
First one to 100.
The fans are on their feet at America West. Phoenix is going to step to a 2-0 lead. There's the mother of Kevin Johnson, who's been playing with a sprained ankle. Kevin up cheerleading on the sideline.
He's way out in front of Danny Ainge. He looks like he's in the club, and Danny Ainge could care less.
Wow.
Gutty win, but the style is very difficult to handle.
There's Ceballos. They're carrying Ceballos off. Scott Hastings is our man on the sideline. Scott will get us a report on what's going on there. Scott, if you have anything, you can chirp in now. You may not know yet, I know. It's very difficult to get information from the
You know, he just walked by my position. When I was laying on the floor, doctors and trainers over the top of him trying to cool him down. I'm not sure if he passed out or not, but he had cold, wet towels over his face. He had his eyes closed when they carried him out. You just saw about 4 teammates carrying him out. He does look good. We'll get a report a little bit later.
Looks like very possible dehydration because of the effort.
Well, the effort was incredible on the part of Cedric Ceballos and the Phoenix Suns, who lead at 108-99 with half a minute left.
Bulls Bullets tomorrow night at 8. Get the NBA playoffs on TNT.
Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love.
It's the Dodge Caravan, redesigned for the 90s and beyond. Caravan is for the large stuff you love, the little stuff you love, the lifting and sliding stuff you love. Hey, America, join the Caravan of Love. We thought of everything.
Perfect for any game, Domino's has the perfect play. Choose from 3 delicious crusts. There's classic hand-tossed, crunchy thin crust, or big as a dunk, sweet as a swish. There's the ultimate deep dish. So make the call and have it all.
Domino's! Wow, now!
Call now, and you can enjoy a delicious Domino's pizza during the game. And why not add some of Domino's spicy buffalo wings or steaming hot breadsticks?
www.what? Look, the logo's rotating. Cool. Check this out. It's fully rendered. I like that. Cool. Check this out. Downloadable video clips. We should do this on our website. Okay. Look. Ooh. Oh. Yes. Yes.
Wait till the guys in marketing see this.
We could get a flaming dancing logo. We can do anything. We can do anything. Can you order any of this stuff?
No.
IBM helps business websites do business.
You look at the guys. It looks like karaoke night at America West here. They're celebrating tomorrow night. The Bulls and Michael. The Lakers and the Blazers. 8 Eastern and 10:30 Eastern. Here only 30 seconds for the Sonics, and they're down 108-99. Shrimp loses it. Shot clock to 17. Kemp. Had it blocked by Manning. Kemp goes right back with it. No quit in Sean. 17 seconds to go. 7-point lead for the Phoenix Suns. And they have to take the foul, the Sonics do. So tomorrow night, I mean, it should be as exciting. Michael Jordan and the Bulls in Washington, and the Lakers and the Blazers, both of them trying to close out. Here, Phoenix is going to take a 2-1 lead.
This is not a letdown by the Sonics. This was great intensity by the Suns. They did what they did. They did a lot of trapping defensively, and they really shut down Seattle. Seattle gets 40 in the first, 22 in the second, 19 in the third, and 20 in the fourth so far. They've done a great defensive job.
You know, you think a player of the game, statistically, it's not Kevin Johnson. But heart and soul, Kevin Johnson came in and took the ball inside, got the penetration, put the Sonics in foul trouble. Payton off the glass with 3.6 seconds, 7 seconds in the game. It's over. 110, 103. Phoenix with a 2-games-to-1 lead. Game 4 comes Thursday at America West Arena, and the Sonics, in their rite of spring, as Chuck likes to say, have put themselves in the hole once again. The 2nd seed in the West, down 2 games to 1 to the 7th seed, and Kevin Johnson is with Scott Hastings.
Thanks, Bob. You know, the first couple of games, you couldn't get it rolling, but boy, you had it going tonight.
Hey, if you shoot it enough, you'll make one every now and then. We just had to come out and be aggressive and play our type of basketball. I don't think we played great tonight, but we willed it, and guys made big shots down the stretch.
You've been around this league for a while. Could be the last time in this building, so you want to keep it going. I'm watching Danny Ainge on his play. It looks like some guy just drawing plays up in the dirt, and you guys got that thing spread out and got it going.
We really do. That's our strength, and Danny's really working with his guards, and you see the four-guard offense really pulled us out tonight. Wesley did a great job, not only offensively, but defensively rebounding. And that's our type of basketball. We just didn't feel we played it. Even in the first game in Seattle that we won, we didn't feel we played our type of basketball.
You know what you guys are doing a good job at? You're not a big team, but you're crashing the boards. You're trying to limit the second shots. Frustrated Seattle a little bit.
That's true. We know we're going to get out rebounded. We just want the margin not to be too big.
All right, hey, KJ, good luck, and we hope to see you a lot more in this building. Thanks. Kevin Johnson. Bob, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Scott. You saw earlier the little short prayer of Thanksgiving from Georgia West, Kevin Johnson's mom. The Suns with a 110-103. How about Wesley Person tonight, coming off the bench in this 3 and sometime 4-guard offense? 41 minutes. Do you know you played that much?
It's good to have that kind of minutes. I've been working hard to try to get back in playing shape to try to help this team in any way I can. And tonight I came off the bench, gave him a lift, try to get the crowd involved because this crowd feed off us running, shooting threes, and I just want to come off and get a team a lift.
I saw your brother at halftime, Chuck, who's in the stands. He said, "Look out for Wesley in the second half."
Oh, that was kind of funny. My brother told me to put the ball down the floor, and I try to do that tonight. And tonight that opened up my shot, and my shot came easier for me once I started putting it down the floor.
How about the 10 rebounds? That's an abnormal night for you, right?
Oh yes, I mean we small, and we just got to do the little things to help this team win. Well, once you go small, the little guys got to rebound, and I'm playing in 4 position, and they count on me to get a lot of rebounds.
Yeah, that's 2 games in a row. 10 and 10 for you rebound-wise. You had 10 in game 2. You may not even have paid attention to that. Thursday night, you've got the 2-1 lead, but you know what the Sonics can do.
Oh yes, we can't come out here and think the series over because we got home court advantage now. They was champions last year, and they're not going to lay down. They're going to come out and put up a fight. We just got to match their intensity.
Wesley Person, our Budweiser player of the game, 41 minutes, 29 points, playoff career high, and 6 triples for Wesley Person. And the Phoenix Suns take a 2-1 lead in this Western Conference first round series.
All right.
Great job.
Do I like to shop? Oh, yes. How you doing? Franks and beans? Aisle 5. Beans and Franks? Aisle 7.
Hi. Hi.
Fat-free. Nothing but carb. Check this out. You are 1 millionth shopper! Even at the supermarket, you can do more with the American Express card. I love this card.
Hello? Peter, pick up the phone. I hope you left already.
Evening.
Traffic is insane. I don't know how you're going to get across town. Anyway, everybody is here.
You know those pants that go from work to after work without missing a beat?
And there was an accident on the bridge, and they tore up 3rd Street.
These are those pants.
I hope you're not stuck someplace.
These are slates.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. By Plymouth, one clever idea after another. That's Plymouth. By Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth. And by Domino's Pizza. For hot and wow, call Domino's now.
Well, the Suns take a 2-1 lead in this first round Western Conference Series, 110-103. Look at the brackets. There have been 2 eliminations. Utah with a sweep, Houston with a sweep. The Lakers will go for the sweep tomorrow night, but Phoenix tonight, 110-103, takes a 2-1 lead tomorrow night. Don't forget, Michael Jordan and the Bulls versus the feisty Bullets. Jordan hoping to close it out. Then Shaquille O'Neal, who's on a tear, leads the Lakers against Portland at Portland. A doubleheader of NBA action tomorrow on TNT. It starts at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Now, coming up next, virtual Vince. And Darrell Walker is guest tonight inside the NBA. Speaking for Scott Hastings and Chuck Daly, this is Bob Neal saying good night from America West in Phoenix, Arizona.